Game 137-98, a game in which 4 of the 5 starters scored in double figures, and frankly, it could have and probably would have been more, except because of the margin of victory, Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, Towns, none of them were needed in the fourth quarter. The big news coming into game number 2 is who will not be participating, and that is Philadelphia 76ers All-Star center Joel Embiid. He had a terrific close to the first-round series against the Boston Celtics, returning from an appendectomy to help Philly come back from a 3-1 deficit in that best-of-7 series. He wasn't at his best in Game 1, only played 25 minutes, and was limited to 14 points and 3 for 11 shooting from the field. At about 1 p.m. this afternoon, we learned that Joel Embiid has been ruled out for tonight's game number 2. The official reasons: a sprained right ankle and an injured right hip. Deuce McBride, who played 16 important minutes off the bench in game number 1 for the Knicks, taking on one of the primary defensive assignments of Tyrese Maxey, was asked how the Knicks guard against a letdown in tonight's game 2.
Give God the glory. Can't take it for granted being here. We've been here and we've lost. We've been up, we've been down. So this is an experienced group, so we just can't take it for granted. We're locked in.
The Knicks lost game 2 of their first-round series against the Atlanta Hawks after a comfortable game 1 victory, so they are looking to avoid that fate here tonight. McBride was asked about the first-round series if trailing Atlanta 2-1 served as a wake-up call for this Knicks team.
I would say every game I feel like that, and I think our team feels like that. I think when you haven't won a championship before, your back should always be against the wall. You should always have the mindset to fight out of everything, because what have you done, up until the point you can feel good about what going up 1-0. I mean, that's not our goal.
Time now for By the Numbers, brought to you by BetMGM. And for that, we look to points in the paint, where the Knicks scored 58 points in Game 1 on 29 for 37 shooting. That is 78%, and the Knicks did most of the damage at the rim, scoring on 22 of 29 attempts in the restricted area. That was By the Numbers, brought to you by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. We have plenty more coming up as our hour-long edition of New York Knicks Game Night continues from Madison Square Garden. We'll look at Jaylen Brunson and how the 76ers attempt to guard him in tonight's game number 2. And we'll hear more from Mike Brown in the Coaches Report. Of course, Monica McNut will join me and share her thoughts on the matchup and keys to tonight's game number 2. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Honestly, you got to take this game with a grain of salt and just kind of move forward. I don't think we're going to see that team that we saw in Game 1 and Game 2. They're going to be ready to go.
And that was Jaylen Brunson after the Knicks' 39-point Game 1 victory over the 76ers. Pat will keep with you at Madison Square Garden. Welcome back to the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Game 2 coming up. Tip-off about 30 minutes away. And it's time now for the Knicks starting lineup brought to you by the Parisman firm. Same starters for Mike Brown, Brunson, along with Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. This is the 8th game of the postseason for the Knicks, and they have had the same starting 5 each time. That was the Knicks starting lineup brought to you by the Parisman firm. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS to get the justice you deserve. The Parisman firm, where your case is their cause. Now, Joel Embiid is out for tonight's game number 2, so Andre Drummond will start at center for Philadelphia. The rest of their starting 5 is the same: Tyrese Maxey, the rookie VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, and Paul George. Speaking of Oubre, like 2 years ago, he drew the primary defensive assignment on Jaylen Brunson in game number 1 of this series. Unlike 2 years ago, Jaylen Brunson got going right away in game number 1 when he scored 35 points in just 31 minutes. He made 12 of his 18 shot attempts. He was 3 for 6 from downtown and a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Yesterday, Kelly Oubre was asked how hard it is to guard Jaylen Brunson.
I don't know. I just know he has a big head. So, it's definitely tough to guard him with his head doing all that. But, yeah, I mean, he's a great player. We've played against him many of times, and, we have to make the adjustments that we see on film. But, kudos to him. He came out and started the series and did what they had to do at home, and, it's up to us to respond.
Now, Josh Hart, who never misses an opportunity to comment on the size of his longtime friend and teammate's head, of course, reacted to Kelly Oubre's analysis of Brunson's head size.
I never noticed it. Trust me, if I did, I probably would have copied the same hairstyle, so maybe I would have got a couple more buckets or something like that. But it's an interesting analysis. I felt like that was something that was very well documented. I don't think that was any shocker when he said that one.
So Josh Hart there commenting on the comments about the size of Jaylen Brunson's head. And Kelly Oubre also saying that for somehow Jaylen Brunson's hairstyle, his braids may have also contributed to him getting more foul calls. So back to Kelly Oubre and more on Jaylen Brunson's braids.
He's a very smart tactical player, so, he uses all of that to his advantage. But, I'll be there. I'll be there. He can whip me all he wants, but he's not getting free like that. So.
VJ Edgecombe, the 76ers rookie, had 12 points in his Madison Square Garden playoff debut in game number 1. He also spoke about the difficulty of guarding Jaylen Brunson.
Like I said, he's a great player, so, he's going to make adjustments. Now it's time for me to make adjustments on how I guard. I'm just guard there. Like I said, just play hard, fight through, just try to make sure I don't get hit by any screen or anything like that. Just try my best to just stay in front of him and just make him make difficult shots. He's gonna make difficult shots. He's a good player, so yeah.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. And it's time now for a bonus this date in Knicks history. And this was certainly a memorable one, as most of them are this time of year. 36 years ago, May 6th, 1990, the Knicks completed one of the most stunning reversals in NBA history as they overcame a 2-0 deficit to win their first-round series with the Celtics with an emotional 121-114 victory at Boston Garden. That was back when the first-round series were best of 5, so the Knicks won that series 3-2. They became just the third team in NBA history to rally from 2-0 down to win a series. Patrick Ewing led the way with 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. That was 36 years ago today. Still to come here on New York Knicks Game Night as we get you set for game number 2. We'll hear more from Mike Brown in the Coaches Report, and Monica McNut will join me. Her thoughts on Game 1 and keys to the Knicks doing it again tonight in game number 2. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Welcome back to the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Pat O'Keefe with you at Madison Square Garden. Game 2 between the Knicks and the 76ers. 4 straight wins for the Knicks dating back to last series. All 4 of those wins resounding by double digits. Now, the big news coming into Game 2 is who is not playing. Each team is down a big man. First, the 76ers are without Joel Embiid, officially listed as out with a sprained right ankle and an injured right hip. And we just learned that Mitchell Robinson is also out for the Knicks tonight. Robinson will not play tonight due to an illness. Now, with the Embiid absence, obviously one of the premier big men in the NBA, Mike Brown was asked, since he's not playing tonight, is there even more emphasis on being aware of Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, you know, Tyrese is dangerous with, like you said, with or without Embiid. I don't think there's been a single time that he's had back-to-back games where he scored under 25 points this year. So we know that he's going to be ultra-aggressive. He's more than a capable passer. Paul George is going to be aggressive. Edgecombe's going to be aggressive. You know, those guys probably see it as an opportunity of more touches for themselves. When you have a guy like Embiid out, you know, those guys are all capable of stepping their games up to another level. And then, you know, when you talk about, you know, Bona and Drummond, both those guys have played very well against us, and they're both different, and they do different things. You know, they may blitz more, they may switch more, but you know, the game can be different, definitely from them, and we just have to make sure that we're ready to do what we're capable of doing and what we've seen throughout the course of the year.
Now the Knicks are 3 wins away from returning to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second straight year. Last year they got there for the first time since 2000. And, of course, as all Knicks fans know, the head coach who brought them to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, Tom Thibodeau, was let go, opening the door for Mike Brown. Mike Brown was asked during the off day yesterday if there is a mandate based on the Knicks' postseason performance this year.
You know, people have talked about a mandate. Like, I'm coaching to win. So it doesn't matter what others say. I'm disappointed if we're not in the finals and having a chance to win it. Been fortunate, blessed, lucky to be in the 6 finals with 3 different teams, and fortunate, blessed, lucky to be a part of 4 championships. And it's the best feeling in the world, and I know that's what I do it for. The opportunity for this job came open, and I just was intrigued by the players. I was intrigued by being in New York, calling Madison Square Garden my home court, being around the fans, hanging with Leon Rose, who I've known for many years. He's just a fantastic human being, and being around the players on that roster, and that's all I looked at it as. But the mandate and all that other stuff, like, that's what I expect, that's what I want to do, and hopefully it can happen, but who knows.
Josh Hart shared his thoughts on the job that Mike Brown has done in his first season as the Knicks head coach.
He doesn't listen to the outside noise and doesn't let that affect him, and he's focused every day of how he can come in and make this team better. He listens to his coaches and listens to us with our feedback and what we have to say, and ask us questions and stuff like that. So I think it's just a good line of communication with everyone, within the organization. Obviously him at the helm of how we can make this team be the best unit we can be, and he's done an amazing job.
Deuce McBride was also asked what he has learned about Mike Brown as his head coach.
He's willing to really push us, and have us hold each other more accountable, in a sense. I feel like he's leaned a lot on his coaching staff. We have a lot of coaches, a lot of guys helping us in different ways. So, he's done a great job, and as well as the whole staff.
Now 76ers head coach Nick Nurse is coaching with a heavy heart tonight. Between games 1 and 2, he returned to Iowa to attend the funeral of his brother who died in late April unexpectedly at the age of 62. Nurse coached game 1, went to the funeral services, is back at Madison Square Garden to lead his team tonight in game number 2. And when he spoke with the media a short time ago, he described how difficult the last few days have been for him personally.
Yeah, had a lot of people reach out, obviously. It means a lot to my family. I appreciate Coach Brown and what he said yesterday at his press conference, and all the other people as well. Kind of the film and the practice and the game and all that stuff kind of takes care of some time, right? But, I'm here coaching. My brother would expect me to be. He was a huge fan. But we'll keep it. He wants us to go play. He wants us to play hard, so that's what we're going to try to do tonight.
That was Nick Nurse in Madison Square Garden about 45 minutes ago, addressing the media. So he is here and ready to coach game number 2 between the 76ers and the Knicks. So to reset the second round of the NBA playoffs, all 4 series now underway. Last night, Detroit won game 1 at home over Cleveland 111-101, and then Oklahoma City 108-90 over the Lakers. Game 2's tonight. Obviously, the Knicks and Sixers coming up first, and then later tonight it will be Minnesota at San Antonio, and the Timberwolves surprised the Spurs in game number 1, picking up a 2-point victory in San Antonio. Getting you set for tip-off of game 2 between the Knicks and the 76ers. Knicks looking to take a 2-0 lead. We'll take another break, and when we come back, Monica McNut will join me with her thoughts and keys to tonight's game. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back at Madison Square Garden on the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. The Knicks taking the floor as we speak for pregame warmups, led as usual by Tyler Kolek. Knicks 76ers game number 2 coming up at Madison Square Garden. Earlier we heard from Mike Brown in the coaches report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Brown was asked about the attack against the 76ers with no Joel Embiid, if they have to pay extra attention to Tyrese Maxey. We heard the Knicks head coach say that Tyrese Maxey, with or without Joel Embiid, clearly one of the most dynamic players in the NBA. And that was the coach's report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. The superior game meets superior taste. Grab a Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Tyler Murray, Monica McNut on the call for us again tonight as both teams getting set for game number 2. Tyler, the obvious question is, with everything seemingly breaking in the Knicks' direction, the way they've played over their last 4 games, and then today we get the news that Joel Embiid is not playing today, how do you protect against maybe letting your guard down in a situation like this?
Yeah, Pat, I think you played this quote earlier, but Deuce McBride said yesterday, we can't take this spot for granted because we've been here before and we've lost. We've been up, we've been down, but this is an experienced group and we're locked in. And when I heard that, I thought, okay, they've been through the ups and downs and they've had the disappointments of dropping a game 2 in this exact spot. They just watched the Celtics drop a game 2 against the Sixers with no Joel Embiid in this exact same spot. But the Knicks can even go back to their game 2 at home against Atlanta when everyone was crowning them first-round champions after handling the Hawks in game 1. Well, things changed in the fourth quarter of game 2. And it goes to the overall narrative you hear so often more about young teams in the NBA. You have to find out how to lose in the playoffs before you can find out how to win. And the Knicks, I think, have figured out that first part, which is why you have to feel good about a lack of letdown even against a shorthanded Sixer team tonight.
I think another thing you have to feel good about is Jaylen Brunson's start to this series. Now, we know he's already one of the best postseason performers in Knicks franchise history. He has had a tendency to get off to some slow starts in some postseason series before figuring it out, as Monica McNut has now joined us now. Monica, I was talking to Tyler about such a good sign how Jaylen Brunson was able to kind of come out of the gates as hot as he did in game number 1.
Yeah, I agree with whatever Tyler said because he's brilliant.
Thanks, Monica.
No problem. All kidding aside, though, tonight I feel like it's a little trappy, Pat. Tyler, I don't know how you guys feel. But I think the way to clearly avoid the trap is the level of focus that we've seen from this team for 4 games now. Like, the numbers are gaudy, and I get they could be inflated. But the focus that those performances required, if that continues tonight, I expect the Knicks to be out of here heading to Philly with a 2-0 lead. Now, it looks different, right? It's going to be a faster game without Joel Embiid. I think as important to Jaylen Brunson leading the way has been the performance of OG Anunoby, who I feel like we got to stop calling it unsung. Like, Tyler and I are singing all about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he's just been so steady. I do think that tonight presents an opportunity for Karl-Anthony Towns to look more like he did versus the Hawks offensively without Joel Embiid lumbering around.
And this is the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. On either end of the court, Monica, and you can pick. Obviously, Joel Embiid not playing tonight leaves a huge void for Philadelphia. On the other side, though, they're used to playing without him. He only played 38 games this regular season. What does that change, his absence, from the Knicks' perspective?
The biggest thing is I don't think it alleviates, rather, any second-guessing from Tyrese Maxey. You are the guy that has to lead the way without question, and so that's why I think the Knicks need to be prepared for a faster version of these Philadelphia 76ers. You know, Maxey, his point total in Game 1 was the lowest he's had since January 26th this season. Like, that does not happen. And even Mike Brown in his pregame press conference called out that it's very rare, if you've ever seen it, particularly in the last couple of years, a back-to-back performance where Tyrese Maxey has less than 25 points in both games. Like, that's just not going to happen. So he's going to bounce back today. You got to be prepared for that. Now, on the flip side of that, though, I still think the pick and roll, Karl-Anthony Towns at the high post, both can still be very effective. You want Andre Drummond in pick and roll the same way you did Mitchell Robinson, right? And I would argue that while it was gaudy and it created a gaping hole for Jaylen Brunson to attack when Mitchell Robinson was in drop coverage, he doesn't even need that much space, right? He just needs a good screen, and he's going to make something happen.
Obviously, the three-pointer was going for Jaylen Brunson, and all the Knicks in game number 1 are a real opportunity here to go up 2-0. They were unable to do it in round 1. They'll try to do it here in round number 2. Monica, what are your keys to tonight's game?
All right, I'm sticking with three-point shooting, Pat. And again, we have seen this team in action quite a bit over this season. And while the numbers are gaudy, it is directly attached to how well they're shooting the three ball and how poorly they cause the Sixers to shoot the three ball in Game 1. So three-point shooting is still my first key in this one. Then second one for me is going to be rebounding, because this is going to be a smaller Sixers lineup. Andre Drummond, once upon a time, terrific rebounder. Not quite the case right now. But I think if the Knicks can eliminate second-chance opportunities, and if they can give themselves second-chance opportunities, that'll help keep the ball going through the net, which gives you a beat because the Sixers will have to inbound it as opposed to ripping it off the rim and running. Then the last key to me, I'm actually going to go to free throw shooting, which I thought maybe I was going to change because of Joel Embiid. He is such a problem in terms of getting to the line, but I'm looking at it in the reverse now. If the Knicks are actually aggressive, I think the Knicks should get to the line a notable amount and force the issue in terms of making the Sixers squad defend. Now, there will be plenty of Paul George and Tyrese Maxey free throw attempts, I imagine, but I actually think the Knicks might now have an advantage there, and if they can get those easy baskets, put fouls on these Sixers, send folks to the bench, all of that will help them get to the momentum that ultimately I believe would lead them to a 2-0 run out in here. So three-point shooting for me, rebounds, and free throws.
After the Sixers shot twice as many free throws as the Knicks in game number 1. Monica, thanks. Have a great call tonight.
Thanks, Pat.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jaylen Brunson.
Jaylen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
And that'll do it for New York Knicks game night. Coming up next from Madison Square Garden, Game 2 of this second-round series between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyler Murray and Monica McNut have the call, and I will be back with you at halftime to break down the first half with Wally Zerbiak. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks game night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives. Just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
4 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson right wing. He'll take a 3. And he hit it. 0.3 to go before halftime.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Jump top, Anunoby catch and shoot. 3 is good. OG Anunoby's second three-pointer, and the Sixers need timeout.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win. A 1-0 series lead.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Madison Square Garden for the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Knicks, the 76ers. It's Game 2. Now here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The New York Knicks with a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia 76ers. And man, did they get this lead convincingly with a 137-98 win here on Monday, becoming the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight playoff games by at least 25 points. They'll have to try to do it again, and it might not be that easy tonight. However, they do not have to face Joel Embiid out with both hip and ankle issues. The Knicks will not have Mitchell Robinson. He's sitting tonight with an illness. But as we welcome you into another edition of New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network, it hasn't quite mattered who they play or who they have available. These last 4 games from the Knicks, it's been perhaps the best stretch of playoff performances in recent NBA history. Not just Knicks history, they're putting up historic numbers. We'll see if it continues tonight on a Wednesday evening at the world's most famous arena. So glad you're with us, everybody. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. We got the all-star crew on Radio Row. Tyler Freed is our statistician. Gary Jeffries and our engineer. Our producer, from a proud long line of farmers from the Caribbean, is the great Ray Santiago. He told me a long story today, Monica McNutt, about his coffee farming roots, as we were talking about our favorite blends earlier today. Great story from Ray. We'll share that later. Monica.
I'm glad you got the full context, because I was like, okay, where's this going?
I heard you today on many national and local media outlets talking about this particular matchup. And for the folks who weren't lucky enough to hear it, the before Embiid news, the after Embiid news, could you give us the Cliff Notes version about your incredible takes throughout today and your thoughts on this team today and this matchup as the Knicks look to go 2-0 in the second round?
I think I gave my best takes before the news, and now they are probably rendered useless. Now I think we move forward to looking for a speedy version of this Philadelphia 76ers team with Tyrese Maxey being the head of the snake. Does that present some challenges defensively? Sure, but I think Mikal Bridges has done a great job of shadowing some of the quick guards that he's had to defend this postseason. Obviously, we saw the job that he did versus Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and I think that will continue tonight. Now, here's the thing. I have challenged the use of the word stop. You only hope to contain, slow, make it more difficult. Those guys are going to get off. On the flip side of that, though, I think this presents a really unique opportunity for the Knicks to force the issue in terms of physicality, getting to the paint, testing this defense of the Philadelphia 76ers through not just the second action, but the third and fourth if the Knicks can get there, because I think Karl-Anthony Towns should be in a position to play hub, if you will, the way we saw in Atlanta.
And Towns had to sit early in game 1. He picked up 2 fouls in the first half of the first quarter. Philadelphia fans will probably look to Game 2 of Round 1 when they evened that series on the road in Boston with a 109-100 win. Well, that was Game 7, actually. But they pulled off a come-from-behind win in Game 2 against the Celtics without Joel Embiid. And it was because, largely, great three-point shooting. They were 13 out of 39 from 3, and the narrative at the time was, well, they won't stay that hot for the entire postseason. And they didn't necessarily have to, because the Celtics have now famously over-relied on the three-pointer. And updating that stat, they were 19 of 39 from 3. That's 49%. VJ Edgecombe had 30 points in that game. Tyrese Maxey had 29. And that was the game where Maxey had that viral clip, or Edgecombe had that viral clip. He hit the daggers 3 and then found the camera way in the back corner of the arena and gave it a wink. So that was the start of what would turn out to be a historic comeback for the 76ers, and they look to bring some of those same vibes to Game 2. But the New York Knicks are not the Boston Celtics. They're a much more complete and varied team, certainly on the offensive end, and they will look to take a 2-0 lead in the second round series.
Welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Welcome to Game 2 of the 2026 NBA Eastern Conference semifinals, presented by Delta Airlines. Tonight's matchup features the Philadelphia 76ers and your New York Knicks. If you're able, please rise or move your caps here to present our nation's colors. Please welcome the New York City Police Department. And now, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor, known for his work on Broadway as the Scarecrow and the Wiz, Avery Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Avery Wilson.
That guy does not miss on the Star-Spangled Banner. The Knicks have quite a good record when Avery Wilson sings the national anthem at Madison Square Garden. With Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. Monica, the question I promised you that I would ask you to start the broadcast tonight was, we know how the Knicks handle adversity quite well, but what are your thoughts on how they handle prosperity? In other words, do you think this group is equipped to power through the human nature of seeing a lineup from the Sixers that they've only put together twice all season, or this is just the second time they've used it all season? No Joel Embiid. They just blew this team off the floor on Monday. How does this team handle prosperity in your view?
Equipped and will they are slightly different questions. I do think that this group is equipped, and I really like the sound that we're hearing from them in terms of being able to turn the corner and lock in after the two losses to Atlanta during that series. But also, I am human myself, and I have come up short on things that I know I should have been doing. And so I think we will see over the next 2 hours or so what it looks like for these guys to hold one another accountable and to raise their level in this postseason. I think they can. I think they should. Now, will they? I'm not going to disrespect the Philadelphia 76ers. If you told me that we go back to Philly with this series being tied, I could tell you the formula on what most likely happened. And part of it is because Tyrese Maxey is a bona fide all-star and a centerpiece you build around in this league, and Nick Nurse is an outstanding coach.
Yes, the Sixers team is thin right now without Embiid, and already a group that was playing about 6 to 6.5 guys a night, but they are as talented as it gets among the players that they do use. Let's get to the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. It's Tony Brothers, Tyler Ford, and Brian Forte. Those are the officials, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups first for the Philadelphia 76ers, and I want to send out our heartfelt thoughts to the family of Nick Nurse. His brother Steve passed away unexpectedly last week at age 62. That was the day before Game 6 of the opening round, and his funeral was in Iowa, the home state of the Nurse family, just yesterday. So Nick Nurse had been away from the team. He is back here and ready to coach, but a nice reminder, especially from Scott Van Pelt's One Big Thing segment last night on ESPN, how even though we hold these coaches and players to such a gargantuan, larger-than-life standard, at the end of the day, we're all just people. So thinking of Nick Nurse as he and his family work through a tough time here tonight. His starting lineup, as we mentioned, has only been used once before during the regular season. It is Andre Drummond starting in place of Joel Embiid. Same four around him as what we saw on Monday. Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe in the backcourt. Paul George and Kelly Oubre on the wings. Tyrese Maxey in his 6th year out of Kentucky. Just 9 shots in Game 1. That's certain to change. He only had 13 points, which was his lowest scoring output in a game against the Knicks since 2023. Maxey had 30 points in 3 of the 4 regular season meetings against New York, and if they want any chance to win tonight, he's probably going to have to get more in that range in the scoring department. VJ Edgecombe, rookie from Baylor, at the 2 guard. His opening tip assignment defensively was against Jaylen Brunson. That did not last long, as Brunson scored 27 of his 35 points before halftime. And you've got Paul George, who's been one of the best shooters in the NBA playoffs. He's at 56% from 3 in year 16 out of Fresno State. One of the only players who's shooting it better is OG Anunoby. He's at 59%. And then Andre Drummond, no points in 9 minutes in Game 1. And he's an excellent rebounder. He's emerged as a late career corner 3-point shooter, so the Knicks will have to watch out for that. They've got their same starting 5 that's had an elite offensive and defensive rating since the playoffs began. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns, who was on pace for what would have been his 3rd triple-double in the last 4 playoff games in Game 1, but he and the rest of the Knicks regulars were essentially not needed in the second half. Knicks in black, Sixers in white. Tip is won by Towns, and from right to left comes Jalen Brunson, who passes to Mikal Bridges across midcourt. We are underway in Game 2. Knicks have a 1-0 lead in this Eastern Conference second-round series. Towns top of the key, shrugs off a hit from Drummond, sends it to Hart on the high side wing, defended by George with 5 to shoot. He'll take George to the top of the key, steps back, will launch a 3 off the dribble. Front rim, no. Rebound, Drummond. Long outlet to the front court for George. He'll attack the rim. Scoop pass underneath for Oubre, and he'll throw it down to give Philadelphia a 2-0 lead.
Just like that, the Sixers are on the board by playing fast and scoring off of a missed shot by the Knicks.
Veteran Kyle Lowry on the bench making noise for Philly as Bridges catches on a cut and scores reverse style on the baseline. Good pass from Karl Anthony Towns out high, and the game is tied at 2. Game 1, the first points for the Knicks came from a Mikal Bridges dunk. And tonight, on an impressive layup. Paul George, far side, mid-range near the baseline, defended by Anunoby. He'll pull up for 2 and drains a mid-range jumper Paul George is red hot on jump shots in the postseason. He's given Philly a 2-point lead.
You mentioned how well both of those gentlemen are shooting the basketball, George and Anunoby. It's one of the underrated matchups, I think, in this series. That's really fun to watch. Just great basketball between the two of them.
Bridges at the near sideline, screen from Towns, passes right to Brunson, jab stepper on Edgecombe, into the dotted line, finds Anunoby left corner, he'll launch a three, and he knocks it down. It rattled in and out, then kissed off the backboard and through the net. 5-4 New York. Paul George at the left side point, marked by Anunoby. Toward that far sideline. Anunoby puts his hand on his back. George pushes it away. Off the dribble, left wing three. George connects. That was over Towns as he switched on to George because of a Drummond screen.
Yeah, that's a call out on the part of Paul George. Just like the Knicks went after Joel Embiid. You'll probably see that a bunch tonight.
7-5 Philly. Knicks from right to left. Anunoby finds Towns top of the key. Faces up on Drummond. Rip through move and a shot will not count. He was fouled on the wrist by Drummond as Towns took a page out of Embiid's book. Maybe not necessarily looking to score there, but he knew with a certain move he would get a personal foul called on Drummond, and that's what happened.
Now, in the Philadelphia series, the Sixers went about 7.5, if you will, deep. And so without Joel Embiid, the fouls are going to matter in this one. I think every time Karl-Anthony Towns catches the ball versus Andre Drummond, he should be trying to blow by him.
Brunson and Towns pick and roll up top, and an offensive foul on Towns. VJ Edgecombe fought through the screen, and Towns on his hands and knees in pain at midcourt. He now gets to his feet and heads back on defense. It's Sixer ball up by 2.
I couldn't see. I'm going to guess that it was just a knee to knee. The knees are very, little knee to knee. Hopefully, maybe you can say a little bit of a hyperextension in there just from that contact. Unfortunate that Towns gets called for the foul on that collision.
A good eye, Monica. That was knee to knee, I believe. Drummond at the foul line takes a dribble, tried to find Oubre in the far corner, but the pass was tipped out of bounds by Hart. It'll go back to Philly, but 9 to shoot far sideline near the Sixer bench.
So interestingly enough, the Knicks are the first team to pull the trigger on the double team.
Inbound toward George at midcourt. Anunoby had a handful of jersey as they fought for that loose ball, but it's an over and back violation before the foul could be called on Anunoby. Front court had already been established, so when they pass it into the backcourt, once George touched it, that was a turnover. Nick Nurse asking for further explanation from Tony Brothers, and the Sixers, I think, might be considering the challenge for approximate foul, but that will not be allowed. The Knicks have already inbounded. They've got the ball from right to left, down by 2. Brunson left elbow, speeds toward the cup on Edgecombe. Left block, picked up his dribble, up top for Towns. He'll pump fake a 3 on Drummond, takes him to the rim, and he's blocked and fouled hard by Kelly Oubre. And Towns is in pain underneath the left side basket. He has spent a lot of time on the deck here in Game 2. He's going to get 2 free throws as he's helped to his feet. And a hard foul from Kelly Oubre. Brings a hush over the crowd here at MSG, but now they'll make some noise as Towns is helped back to his feet.
It's just every time that Karl-Anthony Towns hits the ground, he's got one of the more awkward falls in the league, so everything just makes you stop breathing for a second.
Similar hard fall on a foul from Oubre early in Game 1 on Monday as well, and here's Tony Brothers. Now he's talking to Nick Nurse for a moment, and he grabs the mic.
Rolling on the floor is a defensive foul, Philadelphia. The play has been reviewed to see if it's potentially flagrant.
9:22 to go in the first quarter. They will review to see if this already common foul will be upgraded to a flagrant foul.
So I got wind-up impact. I would like to see it in real time to judge if there's follow-through here, because everything looks like it's got all 3 when you look at it in slow motion.
I think there was follow-through, and the potential for injury is the final box to check. And absolutely, that was a scary fall for Towns. He had no ability to brace himself from falling. And this reminds me of Game 2 against Atlanta. It was Dyson Daniels, the instigator. They were throwing everything they could physically at Jaylen Brunson. That took him out of his game. And maybe that's the plan for Nick Nurse and the Sixers against Karl-Anthony Towns in their version of a Game 2.
Or perhaps also Kelly Oubre is just a little bit of a wild card, and this was a rogue attempt to overcorrect being in the wrong help position.
7-5, the Sixers have the lead. They're still taking a look at this hard foul from Oubre. It was Kelly Oubre who yesterday said that Jaylen Brunson is hard to guard because he has such a big head, which had to have gotten a smile out of Josh Hart. He also mentioned that Brunson's hair, which of course is braided, can whip him in the face.
Two-strand twists, but yes, correct.
Well, he used the term braids, I believe.
He's wrong.
And I, of course, chose to not guess at the exact detail of the hairstyle as you've taught me, Monica. But Kelly Oubre, I use the word instigator. I don't think he's a dirty player, but he can rile up an opposing fan base for sure.
He takes pride in that identity, and you're right. There's nothing wrong with that. And then those are the type of players that are usually the first to be called for more than common fouls.
Tony Brothers has told the DJ to stop the music so he can talk.
After review, the foul by Oubre, there is wind-up and follow-through on the play. Therefore, the play has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. There will be 2 shots plus possession.
I think Tony Brothers got that right, not just in the short term, but to call an early flagrant like that, you hope it sets the tone.
I knew you were going to tone setting, but fair enough. Continue.
For clean enough play on a night where the Sixers, they need to do everything possible to get this series even. They have a talent deficit, a bench deficit. They need to win on the margins, as they say, and that's part of it. And maybe it takes a tool out of their arsenal, as Towns will get 2 free throws and the Knicks will keep the ball, and he can tie this game if he gets both.
How much do you think of that call and then the adjudication is purely just on this series versus all of the extracurricular exchanges we've seen across the playoffs so far this postseason?
Towns hits the first free throw at the basket to our left. He is 39 out of 42 from the stripe. That's 93% in the postseason. I would say it's a general NBA referee, not point of emphasis, but something they want to keep in mind.
Does that answer the question, though?
No, this is a Monica McNut national television type talking point as Towns rattles out the second free throw.
You can say, no, I just think that in this instance it was blatant. You can say that. The answer is yes to all the above, but yeah, it's not a trick question. I'm just asking your opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was a hard flagrant foul by Kelly Oubre, I guess.
Full stop, period?
That's where I'm at, yeah.
Okay, great, cool.
Knicks ball down 1, 9:20 to go in this first quarter. Looking to take a 2-0 series lead. Towns at the left side, mid-range ball, faking a drive on Drummond, shoves him out of the way from the restricted area, and then finger rolls it home for an 8-7 lead.
Yes, the one-on-one play there by Towns versus Drummond is important, but the Knicks also set 3 screens on that possession to scramble that defense, so no one was in effective help position.
A 3-point possession for Karl Anthony Towns, and on the other end, an offensive foul against Philadelphia. Paul George shoving Anunoby out of the way, or was it Drummond?
No.
So George picks up his first. That would have been the second on Andre Drummond. And now Nick Nurse, I think, just signaled the challenge.
Why did Drummond sit on the ground with a shock face? Like, okay. All right. Everybody's all excited.
Adem Bona is about to check in, and you know what? Nick Nurse also thought that foul was on Drummond because he was about to sub in Bona because Drummond had 2 fouls, but now he is sending him back to the bench.
And for the record, I thought it was Drummond and nudged Tyler. Tyler was on it as George from the jump, everyone.
Only because Tony Brothers held out 4 fingers on each of his hands.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. I just looked at the reaction of the 7-footer.
That adds up to 8, which is Paul George's number. Andre Drummond is 1. Towns rifles a pass, far corner, Hart for 3. Too strong, rebound, Edgecombe tipped it away from Bridges. That was a rocket of a one-hand pass from Towns to the open shooter Hart, but he could not connect. Philly ball down 1 from left to right they go on the white uniforms, Knicks in black. Far angle, Oubre catches, drive, stripped from behind by Brunson. Bridges got the loose ball. Hart on the move, Anunoby far corner 3, short.
Shot that one too fast.
Rebound, Edgecombe, Knicks are 1 of 4 from downtown. VJ on the move, Drummond left wing, George far corner, 3-pointer is good. He's got the hot hand again, 2 for 2 from downtown, and a 2-point Philadelphia lead.
Paul George yet to miss so far tonight. I hope now it's interesting, the duel between he and OG Anunoby. Anunoby has to stick to his game and take his time. He can be as effective, but he can't do it if he's rushed.
Another short miss from the Knicks from 3, a left wing triple try from Mikal Bridges is off the front rim. Far corner 3, Paul George hits again over Bridges this time. He scored their last 11 points, and we do indeed have playoff P at Madison Square Garden. It's 13-8 Philly. Brunson right point, screen from Towns off the dribble, three, in and out. Towns crashing in for the rebound, and Maxey took it away. He has not taken a shot yet, Tyrese Maxey. It's all Paul George. Maxey speeds inside, and a right-hand bank shot is good. Laid it in around Bridges, and it's a 7-point Sixer lead. Hart tried to go coast to coast, fumbled it to Edgecombe. Maxey on the right wing. He misses a three wide right, and Towns gets the rebound.
Knicks got to settle in just a bit. Yes, the Sixers want to play fast. Yes, the Knicks can play fast, but out of control is turnovers waiting to happen.
Towns up top. Will drive to the dotted line, and Rainbow's home a floater around Drummond to stop the bleeding. It's a 15-10 ball game.
That was an impressive move by Karl Anthony Towns with the deceleration at his size and the finish.
And a turnover from George. Slip pass to Oubre out of his reach. Towns has it. Up for Brunson. And underneath Anunoby, a reverse jam and a quick 4-0 response from New York. After Paul George was incendiary with 3 3-pointers, it's back to a 15-12 game.
Woo, I've been having fun with this one so far tonight, but this Knicks defense has to find Paul George. It can't be that easy.
Maxey, a right-hand runner at the dotted line, off the front rim, rebound Hart. From right to left he goes, Bridges right wing, slashes inside, right-hand layup is good, off window, and the Knicks are back within one on a 6-0 run.
A dose of the Sixers' own medicine as the Knicks have found their way to the rim before this Sixers defense can even load up.
They are 1 of 6 from 3, but 5 of 5 from 2, the Knicks. 6:11 to go in this first quarter. Edgecombe on the high side, wing left. Left-hand dribble, crossover on Towns. 2 steps toward the cup, and a high arcing floater is good. No backboard required for Edgecombe. 3-point Philly lead.
That young man has a tremendously bright future in this league.
Left point pump fake from Towns to the foul line. 2 steps toward the lane, and he's fouled by Drummond on a right-hand layup, and this one is on Andre Drummond. It's his second foul, and 2 free throws coming for Karl Anthony Towns, who's once again shaken up, favoring his right wrist after taking that hard fall.
Every single time. And I so appreciate that Karl Anthony Towns wasn't dancing at the three-point line with a jab step, head fake, pump fake, all that woody woo. He just put the ball on the floor and went by Andre Drummond.
17-14. The Sixers with the lead, but the Knicks with momentum. 2 free throws for Towns when we come back. 5:54 to go in the first quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal. Going to switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
5:54 to go in the first quarter. The Knicks were down 7 as Paul George went on an absolute heater. He scored 11 of the first 13 Sixer points, 4 of 4 from the field. He's made all 3 of his 3-pointers. But the Knicks, after missing 5 of their first 6 threes, they started going to the basket. Karl Anthony Towns a floater. OG Anunoby a reverse dunk. Mikal Bridges a streaking right-hand layup. And after a VJ Edgecombe floater, 2 free throws are coming up for Karl Anthony Towns. And I think, Monica, this is one of the main strengths of the Knicks. Their offense does not rely on the three-point shot. They have not been dropping early, but they haven't missed from two-point range yet. And they're absolutely willing to take it to the basket, and that's why they're right back in this game.
I love it. I think you're absolutely right. And the thing about it is basketball is a game of runs. And this game just got started. There's going to be plenty to match up, alter, respond to. The chess match will continue in this one, but so far I do like the way that the Knicks responded in terms of pushing the issue in the paint and getting to the free throw line. They've got 10 points in the paint so far in this one as Karl Anthony Towns is preparing to shoot free throws number 3 and 4.
He'll take them at the basket to our left. It was Joel Embiid on Monday who was 8 of 9 from the free throw line. That was a major storyline early in that game, but of course Embiid not available tonight with a right hip and right ankle injury. Some Sixer fans out there wondering why didn't they try to sit him Game 1 and have him ready for Game 2. Conspiracy theories out there. If this was Game 7, could he have played? That's not a conspiracy, really, but
I was about to say, strong word.
Just theories out there. What is his actual health level? The main question being, could he have played if the season was truly on the line? But will 3 days of rest be the main goal? And could Embiid be back on Friday in Philly for Game 3? Towns gets both free throws. He is 3 of 4 tonight, and he's got a Knick-high 7 points. It is a 1-point Philly lead. Sixers from left to right in white. Knicks in black, blue, and orange. Right corner, George will catch and shoot a 3. Very short from the near side, and a rebound from Anunoby. He'll get it to midcourt for Bridges. Knicks keep wanting to run. Foul line Bridges, left wing Hart, up top Towns, pump fake, and a pass to a backdoor cutter, Anunoby. He'll take it underneath, pump fakes, Bona out of the way and lays it in right-handed to give New York a 1-point lead.
That is an example of OG Anunoby playing the game at his pace. His natural gifted pace has a great level of speed and rhythm to it, but that time taking the beat to catch the ball and let the defenders fly by to get the finish.
It's a 10-2 Knick run after falling behind by 7. Edgecombe right elbow. He'll stride to the cup, stripped out of bounds by Bridges. He was a step behind, but those long arms poked the ball loose toward the right baseline. Sixers will keep it, but just 8 to shoot, as the Knicks will make their first substitutions of the game with Jordan Clarkson and Deuce McBride coming in. Slow-mo replay on the video board shows that Edgecombe's left fingers probably touched that ball last, but the Knicks will not challenge. You can also worry about approximate foul, and it's still the first quarter, 5:07 to go. 18-17 Knicks in front. The lineup is Brunson, McBride, Hart, Clarkson, and Towns. Maxey step back foul line jumper, front rim no. Offensive rebound, Bona hands to Grimes on the far side baseline. He just checked in. And a reset with George at midcourt. Defended by Hart. Between the legs dribble at the left point. Sidestep three-pointer in the air. That one short. He's 0 for 2 after starting 3 for 3. Clarkson got the rebound. And Brunson with his teal sneakers will take it across midcourt from right to left. Speeds inside on Oubre and a quick layup. Banked off the backboard and missed the rim completely. George on the other end from left to right. Euro step right side, kicks it far corner for Grimes. He'll catch and drive baseline, goes right into Towns, missed a layup, but a foul called on Cat. And that, if it is on Towns, is number 2.
So, Nick Nurse has given his crew the same instructions that the Knicks have probably given theirs in terms of Andre Drummond in this defense as overall. Both teams are taking it right to the rim, and so which group's rim protection is going to stand up better, or, quite frankly, who has more bodies that they can put in that position should folks get in foul trouble.
And the Knicks have one less body than usual. Mitchell Robinson out with an illness, so with 4:29 to go in the first quarter, Ariel Hukporti will have to check in for Karl Anthony Towns. Grimes got the first free throw at the basket too, all right, so the game is tied 18-18.
It is amazing to me how much this game has changed from the game that I was discussing this morning at 8 o'clock. Because no Robinson and no Embiid drastically changes the complexion for both teams in ways.
And as unpredictable as that is, and as frustrating as it can be from even just a media perspective, Imagine what it must be like to be a Philadelphia 76ers fan in the Joel Embiid era.
I see, well, yeah, in the era in totality, I understand where you're coming from, but there's all types of numbers. Like Tyrese Maxey without Embiid this season has averaged 28 on 44% from the field, so I guess you're kind of feeling all right.
Second free throw good for Grimes. Brunson slips inside, left block, air ball to floater. Short rebound was tipped out of bounds. I thought off of Bona's leg, but they say it's off of Huck Porty. Sixers ball from left to right, 19-18 Philadelphia, 4:07 to go in the first quarter. Maxey at midcourt, defended by Brunson. He wants the one-on-one, but McBride comes on a double team, swinging around Oubre, right corner three-pointer. That's good. Kelly Oubre, not a great three-point shooter in the playoffs. He was just 5 of 27 before that make, but he gives the Sixers a 4-point lead. 3:47 left in the first quarter. Dribble handoff near sideline. Poke to the backcourt by Oubre. Hart got it first. Oubre gambled, so Hart sprinting ahead 5-on-4. He'll find Clarkson, and a right-hand layup off a Euro step is missed, but a foul on Bona. So free throws for Jordan Clarkson. Bona is the backup center. He picks up his first foul. Andre Drummond on the bench because he's got 2. It is the 4th team foul on the Sixers, so no more to give.
Bona is not a guy that sees... You don't think of him as your most traditional center. You know, today one of my exercises, especially in playoff series, is to listen to what the opponents have to say about their team. My buddy Keith Pompey joins Locked On Sixers pod, and they're like, Bona brings a ton of energy, but he is very much foul prone. What I'm looking at this matchup is if he can avoid the foul piece, he does have sort of the mobility that could pose a little bit of an issue for the Knicks. So we'll see how this one plays out.
He could not avoid the foul piece on Monday. He committed 5 fouls in 4 minutes. Clarkson back from the second free throw up to make in the first, but then do we have a lane violation on Quentin Grimes? Yes, we do, and that's actually a break for Philly because Clarkson had crashed in to get his own rebound. So instead of a whole new Knick possession, it'll just be another free throw for Clarkson. So he officially made the first. The second one never happened as far as we're concerned. And this third try, I guess, is perfect to make it a 2-point game. 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 22-20 Sixers. Edgecombe at midcourt, hand off to Grimes. Screen from Bona on the right wing. He'll streak to the cup. Kicks his far corner. 3 from Oubre is good. And if he's going to be making corner threes tonight, the Sixers are in business. He's got a 5-point lead now on the board for the Sixers. Hart on the left wing. Catches, drives under the hoop, double team, looking around. Pressured by Maxey, got rid of it to Hart at the near wing. 6 to shoot. Kua cutting Brunson at the foul line. He got shoulder checked by Grimes on the catch, so they'll call the foul. And because the Sixers...
And the Knicks, 2. That's good defense by Grimes. Cut by Brunson. Brunson flails into the lane, sells the call, and Grimes call for the foul. 3:05 to go, and going to the line looking for his first points, Jaylen Brunson. He had a terrific game in the first game, and into the ball game. OG Anunoby will check in after this free throw. And again, thanks to Toyota being the presenting partner for the Sixers 2026 playoff campaign. All fans in attendance on Friday will be given a co-branded giveaway courtesy of Toyota. So OG comes back in. Nick Nurse, huge praise for OG, how much he's improved over this season and out throughout his career. Brunson in the playoffs, 86% from the line, puts them both up and in. They've had 8 free throws, the Sixers with 2. Maxey, 2 points in the game. Has the dribble, VJ Edgecombe with it. 25-22 Sixers, under 3 minutes to go. Bona hands it off to Grimes. Grimes met by McBride. Drives it to the foul line. Step back from the left elbow. 16-footer, too hard. Off the back. New York with their 5th rebound. Here comes Brunson against Kelly Oubre. Huck Porty with the screen. Brunson keeping it, switching directions. Oubre reaches. Maxey steals it, run out. Maxey to VJ. VJ around Deuce. Off-balance layup, no good. And that's a tough one as the Sixers had a 3-on-1 run out. Fail, and Maxey had it in the middle. If he gives it up a little sooner, maybe he gets it back. But Deuce McBride over there. VJ takes off, goes airborne. He's going to have to earn them at the line. Sixers would have loved to have come away with a basket there and an and one. They lead by 3, 25-22. 2:35 to go in the opening frame. Sixers basketball live from New York, and we'll continue in the NBA playoffs right after this.
You're listening to the Sixers Radio Network.
From Westchester to Doylestown, from Drexel Hill to Lansdale to Philly, we all look out for each other, stepping up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you. Learn more at IBX.com.
Hey, fellow Sixers fans, it's Dave Kelleher from David Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Have you ever wondered why it's so gosh darn hard to buy a car? We all know the prices, we know the trade values, you know the interest rates, so what are we goofing around for? Well, you won't get that with me. Online, on the phone, in person, just pick out a car and I'll get you a price you love. No jokes, no games, and great cars. Jeeps, Rams, Dodges, Chryslers, and hundreds of certified used cars. Hey, isn't it time you buy the car the way you should? And that's why I've always been your dealer, even if you didn't know it yet.
Attention 76ers fans. Your team trusts JAG Physical Therapy to keep them performing at their best. And now you can too. JAG PT is proud to be the official physical therapy partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Whether you're recovering from an injury or training like a pro, JAG PT has your back. With over 160 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York, expert care is always close by. Visit jagpt.com today. That's JAGPT.com.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks while protecting your truck. Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust a Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama.
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Much better start for the Sixers. Long way to go. We're still in the latter stages of the opening quarter, but the Sixers lead 25-22. From tip-off to the final buzzer, NJM Insurance here for the long game. Get your quote today at njm.com. Tom McGinnis back here at Madison Square Garden. Sixers and Knicks in their 6th game overall. With the 2-2 split during the regular season, Knicks winning game 1 in the series on Monday. They've taken 3 of the 5, and the Sixers with a much better start, right? And then they played in the preseason all the way back in early October. 2 preseason games in Abu Dhabi, so they don't count. It is 2 other matchups. Abu Dhabi, a partner with the New York Knicks in the sponsorship category. And New York won both those games handily. To the line for the Sixers, VJ Edgecombe. He goes 1 for 2, 26-22, 2:25 to go. And that's where I say, like, the Sixers had a layup opportunity and came away with 1 point. Huck Porty to McBride, 2 players off the bench into the lane. Deuce McBride, get that thing out of there. Paul George rejects him with ease. McBride, a smaller player out of West Virginia. George waiting. McBride spinning, and George with our United Concordia dental block of the game. That's what that is. 3.9 to go in the first, or on the shot clock, 2:15 in the first. Tyler Ford hands it to Brunson. Brunson feeds Huck Porty, gets a straight line cut to the basket and dunks it. Ariel Huck Porty with a jam. Brunson with a dish down low. Sixers defense got exposed there. Knicks shooting 50%, 2-point game. Bona turns, goes in on Huck Porty, comes to a jump stop, tries to dunk it left hand, and they call a foul. So you love the aggressiveness. Of course, Bona played during his rookie year last year with all the injuries. And without Embiid, he played a lot, and he developed, instead of just handing the ball off and, as we say, transferring it to one of his teammates, he did a lot of just catching it and driving and going in and dunking it. Here he goes in. Huckporty got him with the body. The fans are clamoring for a challenge like it was a bad call, but he didn't foul him with the hand on the shot, but he got him with the body. And so Bona to the line, relacing his left sneaker. A Dem out of UCLA, grew up in Nigeria, moved to Turkey, went to high school right near Napa at a charter school there, and then to UCLA. Second year with the Sixers, developing talent. And he goes 1 for 2, as Edgecombe did moments ago. Sixers now 4 of 6 from the line, 27-24. They have the lead. Knicks ball. Brunson brings it across. Gets a screen, and now rises up for the 3, and that's good. His first field goal in the game. Left-handed tray on the left perimeter over VJ Edgecombe. Tie game. Bona with it at the foul line. Clarkson comes over, knocks him down. No call. Grimes on a drive. Grimes into the lane, spins, loses it. Ball goes out of bounds. Off the Sixers. Grimes was met by 2 players in McBride and Brunson. And now they call a foul on BJ as Brunson gets inbound of the ball, and BJ saying that he didn't mean to hit him, but boy, that looked like a lot of contact on the drive by Grimes. The reason BJ reached, as McBride was really close from just handing the ball off. It has to be a pass on the inbound. They were so close, and Jalen Brunson didn't catch it. Oh, Spike Lee talking to VJ. VJ's got a smile on his face. He's got a lot of charm, a lot of natural confidence. He's quite an amazing young man. Spike Lee, you wanted VJ still smiling in this discourse. I want to tell Spike Lee to sit down. 1:23 to go. Meanwhile, Brunson at the line. He has for New York their last 6 points. Well, he passed to Huckporty for 2, but he's had a hand in what is now, I believe, the last 8 points. And New York has taken a lead. So the Sixers have led by 7, but now they're down by 2. And VJ bringing it up against Clarkson. Major part if he can play a big role in being a ball handler. Here's a give and go into VJ, goes into Huckporty, throws it up, no good. Takes off really far from the lane, from the basket, right at the dotted circle. And Huckporty met him with the body, so VJ going to the line, he'll shoot 2. He brought it across, gave it to Paul George, and then just kept moving and got it back. And VJ jumping into the lane, and he's lucky to get the foul. Huckporty now with his second foul off the bench. Towns had 2, and VJ misses the free throw. 29-27 New York with the 70 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. Ariel Huckporty, 6'11", 24 years old, second year from Germany, and has not gotten in unless something's going on with Towns or Robinson. Played in 54 games, including 5 starts. Edgecombe, as he did a moment ago, 1 for 2 from the line. Great game in Game 7. 23 points against Boston last Saturday. Sixers down 1. 1 minute to go. First quarter, Jalen Brunson with it. Bona is there with the defense. Brunson drives by him, and Bona recovers and blocks it. Brunson thought he had him, but Bona, what a rejection. Maxey on the drive, into the lane, right-hand layup. Remy, no. Bona there, they call a foul on New York. I believe that's going to be on Huckporty. That's his 3rd foul. So, great defense by Bona. His recovery and his ability to make up ground is amazing. He's an extraordinary athlete. And on the drive by Brunson, Brunson thought he had him. Brunson, as you know, stops, starts the hesitation dribble, change of pace, throws defenders off. But then Bona with the length and the recovery blocked it. And then Maxey going left to right. They reached. And then Huckporty, not a lot of contact, but he did get him with a lower body. And Huckporty now with 3 fouls. in 4 minutes of action. So the Knicks going deep to the bench as Jeremy Sohan comes into the game. He was a question mark before the first game. He, like BJ, out of Baylor, but he's in his 4th year. He had a stint with the Spurs. Did not play against the Sixers. Jeremy Sohan, he's an extraordinary athlete as well. Here's Maxey, second free throw up and good. He made them both. So the Sixers with free throws by Edgecombe and Maxey and Bona, and a 1-point lead, 30-29. 38 seconds to go. Brunson drives it, baseline fade, got it. 2-pointer, baseline right by their bench. Jaylen Brunson with his second field goal. He's got 9 after a scoreless start. He's really picked it up in the last 3.5 minutes. Knicks by 1, 23 seconds to go, 31-30 New York. Maxey off the high screen by Edgecombe. Maxey picked up by OG and Brunson to the right side. Grimes for a 3, and it's good. A swish. 6th made 3 by the Sixers. 2-point Philadelphia lead, 9 seconds to go. Here comes Brunson. Don't want to foul here. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. To the right side, OG. He fakes, he drives. 2 seconds, stops, fades, fires off to the left. After 1, Sixers by 2. 33-31. Way better than game 1 on Monday. The Sixers with a 2-point edge after the first 12 minutes of play. We'll continue our coverage. We're live in Midtown Manhattan at Madison Square Garden. It's game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series. Knicks lead 1-0. They're the higher seed with the number 3 seed. And the Sixers come in the 7th seed. They'll host games 3 and 4 Friday and Mother's Day Sunday afternoon. Back with the second in a moment.
You're listening to the Sixers Radio Network.
Since 1904, every great Philly sandwich has started the same way, on an Amoroso's roll, baked fresh every single day. From legendary shops to courtside cravings and post-game celebrations, Amoroso's is the MVP. Make your watch party a slam dunk and grab a pack of Amoroso's rolls at your favorite supermarket. Because the best sandwiches don't just happen, they start with Amoroso's, an official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Why Philly sandwiches are world famous.
Do you have a special cause, event, or business that you want to promote? One of the
Infusion.com, that's ThriveWellInfusion.com, saving lives drip by drip.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Second quarter about to begin. Knicks trail the Sixers 33-31. It's a 1-0 lead in this second round series for the Knicks. And that Knicks timeout was sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Well, Monica, the Sixers stole Game 2 in Boston last series by shooting the lights out from 3. They were 19 of 39. Right now, they're 6 of 9. After Game 1, they shot just 11 of 30. Nothing was going in for them in that game. The Knicks won going away. But tonight, they were very much hanging around. In fact, leading after one quarter.
Here's the thing. you had to know the Sixers were going to put forth a significantly better effort than what we saw in Game 1. And so, yes, the stats quantify what happened, and obviously we were here to witness it, but basically what you saw was a team punt at halftime. And so I'm not surprised at all by this outcome to start this game. Now, I do think, to your point, Karl-Anthony Towns got to figure out how to stay on the floor. But the Knicks, their advantage tonight, they've got 14 points in the paint compared to 6 points in the paint. Now, the math of 3 versus 2, you do what you will with that, but will the Sixers continue to shoot this hot, and will the Knicks continue to shoot this cold from the three-point line?
It's Philly ball from left to right, and Maxey backdoor cuts behind Bridges, catches a George bounce pass, and rises for a two-hand jam to give the Sixers a 4-point lead. The Knicks have Alvarado running point with McBride, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns back in. Towns top of the key. Knicks from right to left. Holds the ball high away from Adembona. Dribbles to the right. Gets the screen from McBride. He'll drive on Bona and hits a high arcing bank shot from the far block to bring it back to a 2-point game. 9 points for Towns, tied with Brunson for the team high. Paul George still stuck on 11, and Towns just picked up his third foul. And he knew it was coming too. Right wing, he was defending Maxey, who dribbled right into his right hip. Towns tried to stay statuesque, but Maxey...
He didn't, though, because he's got to stop moving that big old foot. Just be still.
And Towns says, keep Huckporty on the bench. I'm okay.
No, don't do that.
I don't think it's a good idea either. Huckporty has 3 fouls as well. And now Josh Hart will check in.
So the Knicks will also be reverting to their small lineup, if you will.
This was supposed to be the game. We didn't have to worry about foul trouble because the famously flopping Joel Embiid was not available. But when the news came down that Mitchell Robinson could not go because of an illness, it almost canceled out the Embiid disadvantage. Sixers ball from left to right. It is Anunoby at the center right now. Maxey will drive, reverse layup off the bottom of the rim, but a foul is called on Deuce McBride as Tyrese Maxey gets to the free throw line. Now Tony Brothers is telling the Knicks to stop arguing.
Oh, Lord. Come on, Grandpa, Uncle. Don't be fussing for no reason. Just close your ear. Keep going. Doing what you got to do.
Now Jaylen Brunson walked toward midcourt, and he's gesturing to Tony Brothers that McBride had both of his hands straight up in the air. Maxey will sink the first free throw, and he has now made Monica McNut 35 consecutive foul shots. Maxey missed his first free throw of the postseason, and he has not missed since. 36-33 Sixers.
That's impressive. Free throws are a beautiful thing.
They are making their shots, they are drawing their fouls, and they are leading this game by 4. Opening minute, second quarter, it's 37-33. Maxey gets both. See if Alvarado can spark some life into this Knicks team as he's done throughout the postseason. Right elbow, looks around, has a lane, but he's blocked on a right side layup by Bona. Maxey the rebound from left to right. Sixers in white, Knicks in black. Maxey up top, spins on McBride. Right elbow pull-up jumper, throws underneath to Bona, who almost dropped it. Got it back, and then he's stripped by Hart. It comes to McBride. Top of the key, hands to Bridges left wing. Closed out by Grimes. Hart on the right side arc, hands to Bridges. Screen on the left from Hart. Bridges to the foul line, looking around, finds Anunoby left wing. His three-pointer, in and out. And it comes loose to Oubre. Knicks 2 of 8 from 3.
That was a good-looking look by OG Anunoby, though. But Paul George is right there to contest, so maybe sped up just a half a second or so compared to his norm.
Maxey hop step in the lane, leans left, missed the push shot, offensive rebound Bona. Then he throws his body into Anunoby, and he gets a foul called on OG. It's just his first, but a second chance point opportunity for the first time tonight for the Sixers. They lead by 4 with 10:20 to go in the second quarter.
And a Dembona game? Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? I tell you what, this young man is playing with an undeniable energy in this opportunity. Now, as this game continues to wane on, will the Sixers be able to sustain it? The energy that is with a 7-man rotation in a game that is physical? We're going to have to see.
Thought they might bring in a guy like Dominic Barlow, 6'9", forward center type, just to provide a little more depth, but we have not seen him yet. Bona missed the first free throw, got the second. Sixers have missed 4 of their 14 foul shots. Knicks are 9 of 10 from the line, but they trail by 5. 10:15 to go in the second quarter, 38-33. Bridges on the right wing. He'll slash to the foul line, steps back left elbow. Mid-range jump shot is good. Trying to bring some life into this Garden crowd. They've been silenced by this Sixer run, but it's back to a 3-point game. Maxey left wing. He's open for a 3 and connects. They can't give Tyrese Maxey that much room. He's got 11, and the Sixers lead by 6 points.
7 of 10 from the three-point line. The Sixers are unreal tonight.
Alvarado up top, bounce pass to cutting Anunoby. Almost lost it, but got it back off a tip to keep it away from Bona and then laid it home. It's a 4-point game.
It's a really impressive recovery on the gather by OG Anunoby. Tyrese Maxey, though, already has 7 points in the second quarter.
Been waiting for this onslaught to show up. Pass underneath was tipped loose by Alvarado. Came to Grimes, and he's blocked on a reverse layup by Anunoby. Now Alvarado on the move, walks into a right wing three, and he knocks it down. Biggest shot of the game so far comes from Jose Alvarado, and the Knicks are back within one. Maxey on the near sideline, spins right baseline, backing down McBride now. He's right up in his grill, so he spins baseline again, takes a fadeaway jumper and silences the crowd. Tyrese Maxey, a game-high 13 points, Sixers by 3.
He's tied his output for game 1 at those 13, and we got a whole lot of game left to go, and he's cooking.
Bridges near midcourt, pressured by Oubre. Left-hand dribble crossover and a screen from Hart, illegal. 2 hands on Oubre, little push. Oubre knew if he flopped or at least demonstrated the contact, it would be called. That's an offensive foul. Knicks turn it over for the 4th time, and Philly gets it back up by 3. Yeah, Hart wasn't quite in position there to set the screen with his midsection. He had to stick out his 2 hands.
Kelly Oubre, who you mentioned had the commentary on Jalen Brunson selling calls, is certainly doing his best to put on his little acting cap here on Broadway.
Flagrant foul committed on Karl Anthony Towns early. 2-corner 3 shortly after. Tyrese Maxey, 9 of Philly's points in the quarter. Maxey left point, backing down. Alvarado steps back for a long 2 and nails it off the back rim and in. So 15 points for Tyrese Maxey. Again, this is what we expected from him from the onset of the series. 5-point lead for the Sixers. 8.5 to go in the opening half. Bridges, top of the key. Screen from Hart, left elbow. Bridges pulls up for 2 and hits again. Maybe it's a Mikal Bridges kind of game. He's hit 2 in a row from that spot. 3-point game.
It's been really easy for him to dribble into his mid-range and just pull up. One thing about his wingspan, it allows him to elevate over defenders.
Paul George rattles out a straight on 3. Offensive rebound to Dem Bona. Back up top for Edgecombe. He'll slash to the foul line, and he got fouled on the pass, which was an alley-oop to Bona, so no basket. Foul on the floor instead. But that is the 4th in the quarter against the Knicks, and Jose Alvarado is hit with number 1.
I wish I could run this play back, because why was Jose Alvarado down there trying to block out a Dem Bona anyway?
This is the smaller Knick lineup with OG Anunoby at the center position, but obviously Alvarado's the last guy you want underneath. And perhaps seeing what Monica just saw, they will bring in Ariel Hukporti even with his 3 fouls to replace OG Anunoby. No Mitchell Robinson tonight, out with an illness. Joel Embiid, hip and ankle issues. He's not playing either. Sixers ball from left to right. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Philadelphia by 3. Right wing Maxey marked by Alvarado, backing him down to the near side lane. Line spins, baseline fadeaway jumper too strong, and a whistle and a foul against Alvarado, who's angrily walking over to the Knick bench. He wants a challenge.
No, he got that left arm hooked in there. And would not challenge this. They might not give it to him on the initial contest, but they're going to call him for that left arm.
What I do appreciate about Alvarado, he has not been twirling his finger lately. He just goes over to the bench and verbalizes his request for a replay review. Tyrese Maxey is more than likely going to make these 2 because he's 4 for 4 tonight, and he's made 36 in a row. At the basket to our right. The first one, you're welcome. It's off the front rim. 45-42.
Way to go, Tyler.
3-point game. Sixers in front. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jaylen Brunson.
Jaylen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
With Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. Tyrese Maxey got the second to start a new free throw streak. It's a 4-point Sixers lead. Jaylen Brunson back into the game for Alvarado with Hart, Clarkson, Bridges, and Hukporti. Bridges, right wing catch and drive, kicks it far corner. Clarkson, he'll attack the baseline, finds Hart left corner. His 3-pointer, back rim no. Rebound Clarkson. Looking for a pass up top, will find Brunson near midcourt. Ball fake, drive to the foul line. Edgecombe on his hip and a left-hand floater rattles around and out. Offensive rebound, Hukporti blocked by Drummond. It came right to Clarkson. He tried to put it in before coming back down, but he missed it off the front rim. Baseline cutter, Oubre missed a jam over Hukporti. Great defense. It went straight out of bounds. Initially ruled off of New York. Tony Brothers says, hang on, let me ask my friends if I got that call wrong. And they say, yes, you did, Tony. It is Knicks basketball. Tyler Ford.
I love the way you interpreted that, partner.
Well, how else would you say it?
It's like Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my neighbor?
I don't see the comparison besides they're two very overly polite people.
And old, but, whatever.
No, I'm 35.
No, Tony Brothers.
I see. Now I'm getting it. 46-42. The Sixers lead the Knicks. And the first Tony Brothers, Mr. Rogers parallel has been made in radio broadcast history. 6:58 to go before halftime. Knicks ball from right to left. Hukporti up top. Looking for a backdoor cut. No one's there, so it's Brunson back toward the top of the key. Steps back on Edgecombe between the legs dribble. Forced a pass underneath to Bridges. He couldn't catch it. It comes to Tyrese Maxey. Steps into a right wing three. Front rim no. Tipped in by Andre Drummond. And the Sixers lead by 6 points. Hart in a hurry from right to left, spins in the paint, finds the trailer. Hukporti skied in for a jam, got too close to the rim, missed a layup. He got his own rebound, and Clarkson on the far side block will hit a floater to bring it back to a 4-point game. And it was Clarkson who got the offensive rebound.
Way too much going on, up and down, highs and lows in that last possession. Just Josh Hart a little bit out of control. I don't know what Ariel Hukporti was doing.
Maxey slashing in the paint, runs over Brunson, hits the layup, no call. Inbound to Clarkson, 6-point deficit. Knicks ball from right to left. Clarkson to the cup, and a right-hand layup is good around Kelly Oubre. 6 points for Jordan Clarkson, and they've all felt huge here in the second quarter to keep the Knicks connected. They're down by 4 now.
He's been in the right place at the right time throughout this matchup, creating second chance opportunities, and obviously his ability to score the basketball. We've got a timeout on the floor. Nick Nurse.
Halfway through the second quarter, and it's belonged to Tyrese Maxey. He's got 14 points in the frame, 18 for the game, and no Nick is in double figures so far, partly because Karl Anthony Towns has only been able to play 8 minutes. He's in foul trouble, 3 personals already. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Sixers 50, Knicks 46. It might not be a 39-point win tonight for New York. They will take a win in any shape and size, hoping to take a 2-0 lead in this second round series. Right now down by 4, halfway through the second. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon. Copyright 2025. Campari America. New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Tyrese Maxey has 14 points in the second quarter. The Knicks have 15 points in the second quarter, but they're only down by 4, 50-46. And a much different vibe to what we saw here on Monday. 10 lead changes that entire game. We've had 10 lead changes tonight alone through a quarter and a half. Knicks are dealing with foul trouble. Karl Anthony Towns has picked up 3 already. His backup tonight with no Mitchell Robinson is Ariel Hukporti. He's got 3 fouls. Only issue for Philadelphia is the 2 on Andre Drummond, but even with no Joel Embiid, they're sticking to a 7-man rotation. And so far, thanks to 18 points from Maxey and 11 from George, it's been working.
The only other thing that I will add to that, and we can't quite call this trouble per se, but you've also got 2 fouls on both Deuce McBride and Jose Alvarado.
It's Kelly Oubre at the right side angle. Sixers from left to right, a handoff to Maxey. He'll sprint to the cup, hops up in the lane around Bridges. Floater missed short, rebound tipped away from Drummond by Hukporti. Nice play there. It comes to Clarkson. Knicks from right to left. Clarkson crosses over Oubre. Left side drive and stolen from behind by Maxey, who saved it from the left baseline. Tyrese Maxey, 5th in the league in steals. That's his first of the game. Finds a cutting baseline jammer in Oubre underneath. And he makes it a 6-point game as OG Anunoby is set to check back in.
Knicks have allowed 7 points off of 6 turnovers, which is actually identical to what they've been able to convert off the 6 turnovers on behalf of the Sixers.
Brunson left wing crossover, hops up at the foul line, leans in on Edgecombe and hits a floater from the far side of the paint to bring it back to a 4-point game. First Knick in double figures. Jalen Brunson has 11. Maxey, right side, mid-range, whips a pass to the far corner, stolen by Hart, camping out in the painted area. He'll bring it from right to left, finds Clarkson, far corner, 3-pointer, missed it short. He's 0 for 8 in the playoffs. Drummond fell down on the rebound, and they'll call a foul on Hukporti. That means free throws for Drummond and 4 fouls on Hukporti.
I did not anticipate the Knicks being in so much foul trouble with this one without Joel Embiid on the floor.
Well, Drummond pushed first. Hukporti responded, but his response came when Drummond had the ball, and then he fell down, so it's a whistle you almost have to blow.
So Hukporti's inexperience showing there, right? Although I can't necessarily blame it on that because it seems something a little Karl Anthony Towns-like as well, just in terms of a decision that you immediately regret as the 7-footer is tumbling over.
Drummond at the basket to our right, able to hit the free throw. He's at 63% for the season and not much better for his career, but he's made it a 5-point Philly lead. And we'll see our first Landry Shamet sighting. He's got some good numbers against the Sixers in his Knick career. So Anunoby has to play center again. Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Shamet, and Anunoby. Drummond gets both free throws. It's a 6-point Sixers lead. They've led by as many as 7. 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Knicks are 50% from the field, but just 3 of 11 from 3. Brunson left elbow, sidestep to the cup around Drummond, and a left-hand layup is good off glass. 4-point game.
The footwork there by Jalen Brunson, I mean, that's a move that should be studied.
He's 4 of 9 from the field, a Knick high 13 points. Maxey right wing. Hands to Edgecombe on the near sideline, defended by Shamet. Screen on the left from Grimes, so Brunson has to defend Edgecombe up top. Crossover, step back, pump fake, give and go with Grimes. He'll get it in the paint, layup no. Offensive rebound, Edgecombe poked away by Shamet, and the loose ball finds the hands of Anunoby. Brunson right point, finds Anunoby left wing. He'll slash inside and throws it down two-handed on Drummond. Knicks back within 2.
That basket puts OG Anunoby into double figures tonight, 11. He's 5 of 8 from the field. He continues to be one of the most steady forces in a Knicks uniform in this postseason.
Oubre to the foul line. Maxey up top. To the right baseline now. Dribbles around Hart, spins back toward the foul line, and he throws one off the backboard. Not sure what he had in mind there. Hart picked it up. He'll go coast to coast. Alley-oop to Bridges, and we're tied at 54.
When the Knicks settle down, when they settle down on the defensive end, are communicative, cover for one another, and can get out with a deliberate head of steam, that's twice now. 2 dunks have set this place on fire.
Whistle and a timeout from Nick Nurse just before VJ Edgecombe made a spinning, driving right-hand layup, so that will not count. the Knicks will go to the bench and feel the energy from this Garden crowd. You could feel the anxiety rising as the Sixers kept the Knicks at bay. But now they're all even, 54-54 with 3:19 to go in the second quarter. Anunoby with 11, Brunson with 13, and Bridges with 10, finding a way without their newly discovered offensive hub, Karl Anthony Towns, who is still out with 3 personal fouls. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. We're tied at 54. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup. The largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today. It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Knicks have tied it on a 6-0 run with Landry Shamet checking in. He is now a +6 in 1 minute. Perhaps this is the start of something new for Landry Shamet being re-entered into the playoff rotation. 3:19 to go in the second quarter. Nick Nurse took a timeout. Game all tied at 54. Second game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Knicks in search of a 2-0 series lead, just like they had on Philly here 2 years ago. Of course, on the Dante DiVincenzo shot.
It is an event anniversary. Not the same date, I don't believe. I have to go back and check, but an event anniversary.
And after the game, Joel Embiid said, we're going to figure it out and we're going to win this series. They did force it to 6 after the Knicks took a 3-1 lead, but Josh Hart with the series clinching 3 on the road in Philly. And the Knicks were on to round 2 for what would wind up being the second time in now 4 consecutive years. Only team that can say that. 4 straight years with a playoff series win. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Tyrese Maxey inbounding far sideline into the front court right. Gets it to Oubre at the left corner. Back to the center court logo for George. Dribble hand off to Grimes, and now it's Maxey at the left hash mark. Far corner baseline in front of the three-point line. George reach in from Hart, felt the contact. He threw it up and in, off the back rim and down through, and they will give him continuation.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they usually say that's the rip-through move is not a shot, but they will award him the 2 and a foul shot coming. So
really quickly, complete aside.
And a technical foul on Josh Hart, who was arguing exactly what we were saying.
Okay. He's saying that whatever Tyler Ford took objection to was actually coming from the Sixers bench.
So Maxey will step in to take the technical free throw at the foul line to our right. And now Paul George will retake the stripe for 2 more. It's a 3-point game as Maxey gets it.
I am not a gambler. We don't do that in our position. But this morning, I was asked to pick a parlay. Paul George for 15, Tyrese Maxey, I believe it was 3 plus 3s, and Karl Anthony Towns 2 plus 3s.
Okay.
So I'm just keeping an eye on those things. That's all. Just to see.
Well, best of luck to you. Brunson right wing triple, short. By the way, George missed both free throws, so perhaps he only missed one, rather, so because he made the first and then the technical came on Hart, which Maxey made. So in the end, a 2-point possession. Grimes out the left side angle to the far sideline. A long 3 from Oubre. In and out, rebound Hart. And he got bumped from behind by Bono. They'll call the first foul on the Sixers in the quarter, and the fans go nuts. Josh Hart beckoning the crowd for noise. It was a taste of Philly's own medicine. Hart caught the rebound clean and then just didn't get out of Bono's way as he was running back up court on defense. So he fell down, and Bono got hit with the foul call, which is number 2 on the backup center.
That's amazing. The crowd reaction, that is. I tell you what, Philadelphia is going to be an interesting experience, as I imagine Knicks fans have already got their tickets in line.
Knicks ball down 3. 2.5 to go before halftime. Anunoby, left angle, dribble to the elbow, pull-up jump shot, in and out. Those mid-range pull-ups have not been falling for Anunoby as much tonight. Mikal Bridges on the other end, he's 5 of 6 with a couple of jumpers like that. Tyrese Maxey, front court right, near the far hash mark, will back up to the timeline with Bridges defending. Screen on the right from Grimes. Bridges fights through. It's Oubre on the right side wing. He takes Shaman to the foul line. Pull-up jumper from 14 feet. Hard off the front rim. Bono the rebound. He tipped it anyway. On the ground for it. Finds Maxey at midcourt. He'll work his way to the right wing and throws it away. He wanted Grimes up top. Brunson stepped in front. He'll go coast to coast for a left-hand finger roll. Knicks back within 1.
Knicks have 6 steals as well so far in this ball game. So this defense has been active, especially as they've gone to this smaller lineup.
3rd steal of the series for Jaylen Brunson. Anunoby almost poked it away from Maxey at midcourt. It's Grimes now right wing. Step back 3. Air ball. 1 bounce on the hard court. Saved by Bono, but stolen by Bridges. Hart. Right wing to a cutting Anunoby from the foul line to the cup, and a right-hand layup puts the Knicks in front by 1.
Running the floor, the Knicks have made it a point to score in the paint. They have 34 paint points, 36 now, compared to just 14 by the Sixers, and they are on a 10-0 run. 10-3, I apologize.
62 seconds left, second quarter. Maxey left elbow, spins on a Hart who stumbled, pull-up foul line, jumper, short, rebound, Bridges. Knicks with the ball in a 1-point lead. Brunson right elbow, took a hit from George, and the floater he missed will not count. Foul on the floor. First in the final 2 minutes, so no more to give for Philly. 51 seconds to go before halftime. It's Knicks 58, Sixers 57.
This to me, though, Tyler, in this last minute and a half, if you will, is what I've been wondering about in terms of the Knicks' ability to go to their bench, just to spell guys, right? When Jose Alvarado and Deuce McBride were on the floor, yes, they got in foul trouble. But in Jeremy Sohan even, you had other bodies that you could go to. That allowed this first group, primarily with the addition of Landry Shamet, to return and be a little bit more fresh. They're in passing lanes. They're running out. They're playing with speed. They've been able to meet the physicality that the Sixers are playing with. And so the thing about playing physical in terms of bumping guys, it goes from physicality to fouling and poor defense when you get fatigued and are not as mentally sharp about it.
Inbound comes to Hart at the right side. Point defended by Bonus. Screen from Brunson driving right to the cup, and he banks it in over Paul George. He will yell and 1 over at Tyler Ford. He does have 1 technical already. Doesn't pick up number 2. Knicks by 3. This is their largest lead of the game. Maxey up top, screen from Oubre on the right. George right corner, he'll take a catch and shoot 3 off the front rim. Rebound pinballed around, it comes to Maxey far corner. Baseline drive and a right hand layup around Anunoby makes it a 1-point game.
VJ Edgecombe is just so fast.
Tough luck there for the Knicks off a good defensive possession. It caromed right to Edgecombe. And they got the 2 for 1. Brunson near sideline, dribbles away from a double team, left elbow, half spin, leans in, left hand layup, no, and he wanted a foul on Edgecombe, but no call. Shot clock is off, 8 seconds left before halftime. Sixer ball down 1. Edgecombe, left wing 3, got it. 3.9 remaining, and a whistle and a foul. Brunson went down. He got pushed by either George or Bona. And if that is a loose ball foul, it should be 2 free throws for the Knicks. They will count the three-pointer. And Brunson is only just now helped to his feet from the right side paint. Adembona is hit with his 3rd foul. Drummond has 2, so none of the centers we've seen in this game have been able to stay out of foul trouble for either side. And Brunson will take the long walk to the left side foul line for 2 free throws. Because the three-pointer counted from Edgecombe, his first of the game, it is a 2-point Sixer lead, 62-60. Tyrese Maxey demonstrating to Tony Brothers how he's been getting hit as this game has gone along. But Monica laid it out perfectly. If you're going to play physical, there's going to be a response from not just the Knicks, but the officials. As Brunson, who was slow to get up after taking that loose ball foul from Bona, is ready for his first free throw. And it's off the back rim. He was 4 for 4 before that miss. Knicks 9 of 11 from the free throw line now.
Uncharacteristic miss from Jaylen Brunson.
Shamet and Hart pointing at different players to figure out who's guarding who when the Sixers speed this ball up court for a late heave to end the half. Brunson's second free throw is good. Knicks down 1, 3.9 to go. George inbounds to Edgecombe across midcourt with 2. Top of the key with 1. His 3 at the horn is off the front rim. And after one of their ugliest first halves in many days, the New York Knicks maybe feel pretty good to only be down by 1 heading to halftime. It is 62-61 on that late quarter 10-3 run. The Knicks able to overcome a 3 for 12 3-point shooting half right in this game.
You mentioned it. The things you hope turn around, 3-point shooting is at the top of that list. But the things that you like, 38 points in the paint, 3 double-digit scorers, and Karl-Anthony Towns is sitting on 9 despite only playing 8 minutes in this first half. Now it's time for Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Paint scoring, rebounding for the Knicks. They have 4 points off of second chance opportunities in this one, but they have 7 steals as a team. Those things are what we would call our sweet ingredients to victory. And I'll throw in that they're 10 of 12 from the free throw line as well. Those are the ingredients to victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
It's a great call with the second chance points. Maybe their best offensive rebounder in the game without Mitchell Robinson. It's been Jordan Clarkson tonight. He provided big minutes off the bench as the Knicks came back from as many as 7 down in the second quarter and are only behind by 1 as we get you to the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Stay tuned for Pat O'Keefe's coverage. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives. Just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
And we've got a 1-point game here at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks trailing the 76ers, 62-61 at the half, as we welcome you into the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. A very different first half than the one we saw 2 days ago when the Knicks had a 23-point halftime lead. Today, they find themselves down by 1, a very tightly played game throughout Philadelphia without Joel Embiid, but they are certainly making up for it. Pat O'Keefe here at the Garden, joined by Wally Zerbiak to break down the first half. And I'll just start by the difference between Monday night and tonight. Wally, you said it best when you sat down. We've got a game, and that's exactly what we have.
Yeah, this Philly team has showed up in this one. No Joel Embiid in the lineup, and quite frankly, they're way better without him right now. He's a big liability defensively. Knicks were able to get whatever they wanted on that end of the floor because he can't move. Now they are locked in defensively, making the Knicks' life a lot more difficult. They're shooting the three really well, moving the ball. The floor is open. They played a perfect half, the Sixers did, and the Knicks are only down 1. That's a really good sign for the Knicks. The Knicks can definitely play better, but they have to be ready for Philly to continue to play at a high level because Philly's going to try to steal this game.
They're 47% from downtown, 8 for 17. Knicks only 3 out of 12 beyond the arc. Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. Even in a game without Joel Embiid, the Knicks, especially their big men, are finding themselves in foul trouble. Karl Anthony Towns limited to 8 first-half minutes with 3 fouls. No Mitchell Robinson tonight. Ariel Hukporti picked up 4 fouls. He's the backup center tonight. What can the Knicks do, especially Karl Anthony Towns, to avoid that?
He's got to be smart. This is a fast-paced game. This is how Philly wants to play without Embiid. They want to space the floor, put shooters out there, and allow Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe to attack and penetrate in the lane, get to the basket, break down the defense, spray threes out to their shooters. Paul George is locked in right now. So Karl Anthony Towns has to be smart. Karl Anthony Towns is going to struggle on defense against this team because of how quick they are and how small they are. Conversely, they can't guard him. So he needs to make his impact felt on the other end of the floor when the smaller guys on him, make them pay like he did in the first half when he was out there. But he's got to keep himself out there in the second half.
He was just starting to get rolling when he picked up that 3rd foul and had to go to the bench. This is the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Game 2, Philly leads the Knicks 62-61. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak at the half. And it's time now for the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
It's Oubre on the right side wing. He takes Shaman to the foul line. Pull-up jumper from 14 feet, hard off the front rim. Bono the rebound. He tipped it anyway. On the ground for it. Finds Maxey at midcourt. He'll work his way to the right wing and throws it away. He wanted Grimes up top. Brunson stepped in front. He'll go coast to coast for a left-hand finger roll. Knicks back within 1.
So Jalen Brunson had his way in game number 1. As you mentioned, no Joel Embiid. It's a little more difficult for him tonight. What have you seen from Jalen Brunson to get to 16 points in the first half?
I've seen him miss a couple really makeable shots, too. I mean, he's 5 for 12 right now. He could easily be 7 for 12 if he didn't miss a couple layups. So he's got to continue to be aggressive. They still struggle to stop him. If you're not going to throw a double team at him and get the ball out of his hands, he can generate offense for himself whenever he wants. He has to pick his spots. I think the key for the Knicks, though, giving up 62 points is too many. They've been really good when they've been holding teams under 100 for the last few playoff games. So they got to get back to being stingy defensively. The offense, I think, is going to be fine, and then they'll pull out this win and get this win.
Jalen Brunson, 16 points, OG Anunoby, 13, and Mikal Bridges, 10. That was the top shelf performance of the game. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly. Knicks get 10 first-half points from Mikal Bridges. 5 for 6 shooting over his last 2.5 games. He looks like a completely different player offensively.
Well, he's being involved in the offense. I think he's doing a good job defensively on Maxey. Whenever Maxey sees a smaller guy on him like Deuce, Clarkson, or Alvarado, he goes right to the post, shoots right over him. So I think it's really important that Mike Brown makes sure he keeps length on Maxey, and I think Bridges is that guy. He's the guy that's done a good job on him, especially in the first game, and he's got to continue to do it here in the second half. I think Mike Brown will tighten the rotation a little bit because he sees what his team needs, and his team needs length at every position. Because if you don't put length out there, those guards with their quickness, they're going to see over the defense and they're going to score with ease. So I think the rotation's going to be a little tighter, and Mike Brown's going to really try to get this second win at home and get real control of the series.
Yeah, that's what would happen. Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. Of course, Wally Zerbiak, Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Monica McNut will have post-game coverage on MSG after this one. At the half, Knicks trail the 76ers 62-61. As you mentioned, the Knicks more difficult for them than Game 1. Karl Anthony Towns limited to 8 first-half minutes, yet they only trail by 1. So what do you want to see from the Knicks in the second half to take control?
Well, that's a great sign. You know, the Knicks hung in there despite the fact Philadelphia playing at a really high level, and you mentioned it, shooting the 3 really well. So Knicks just got to figure out how to defend this team a little different. With Embiid on the floor, they slow it down, they walk it up the floor. It's a much more half-court, slow-paced game. Now you see how Philly wants to play. They want to open up the court, they want to slash and attack and spray out to those three-point shooters. So the Knicks have to be ready for a totally different style of play without Embiid in this game. I thought it was going to catch the Knicks off guard a little bit to start. It did in the first half. Now it's up to the Knicks to make the adjustments, because without Embiid on the floor, if they make the adjustments, they should be able to pull out this win.
All right, interesting second half coming up. Wally, have a great time in the postgame, and of course you'll be joining Tyler for Game 3 from Philadelphia.
Can't wait.
All right, Wally Zerbiak as the Knicks trail the 76ers 62-61. This Friday, tune into MSG at 6:30 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 3 against the Sixers. And then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. Tyrese Maxey, 13 points in Game 1. He's already got 19 here in Game 2. 6 for 14 from the field, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Fouls and free throws. That was one of Monica's keys to the game, thinking that the Knicks could get an advantage at the foul line. Fouls were a big part of the story, especially in the second quarter. The Knicks had 8 fouls called against them in the second quarter before the 76ers were even whistled for 1. Now, that did even out somewhat over the last few minutes of the second quarter. For the game, the Knicks are 10 for 12 from the line, while Philly is 14 for 20. And that was the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up with Tyler and Monica. I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Again, your halftime score, Philly 62 and the Knicks 61. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Hoops
fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with autopay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
An interesting first half here at Madison Square Garden. Knicks trail the Sixers 62-61 as we're about to begin the third. 6 offensive rebounds for Adem Bona is not the most important stat of the game, but it's certainly an example of how this all-hands-on-deck Sixers group with no Joel Embiid pieced together a very impressive first 2 quarters after getting run out of the gym in a 39-point loss here in Game 1. But where do you stand, Monica McNut? Is it a live underdog Sixers, or can the Knicks simply raise their level to what we're more used to seeing lately and handle their business in the second half?
I think it's a little bit of both. The Sixers are playing with, you can't even blame it on adrenaline. They are playing basketball at a very high level. The three-point shooting is very real. Paul George, 5 of 9 from the field. Tyrese Maxey, 6 of 14 from the field. Both very efficient. How sustainable that is, I'm not sure, but it is the playoffs. And Paul George has years and years of playoff experience. Tyrese Maxey, this is not his first rodeo. Nick Nurse obviously won a championship in Toronto, so he knows what buttons to pull and push and how to play. And I think the foul trouble thing is real. They're going to continue to go at the Knicks, even as you're going to see Karl Anthony Towns start this third quarter again.
He did not want to come out of the game when he picked up his third foul early in the second quarter, but I think wisely the Knicks brought in Ariel Hukporti instead. And in the end, after trailing by 2 after the first quarter, the Knicks were a +1 in the second. A 6-0 run toward the very end of that quarter helped even up the game. And they will indeed have Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns on the floor. Nice first half from Mikal Bridges, 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting. For the Sixers, it's Maxey, Oubre, Edgecombe, George, and Drummond. Paul George scored 11 of Philadelphia's first 13 points, but he's only had 2 points since then. Great job by OG Anunoby turning up the defensive heat. It will be Sixers ball to begin the third quarter. They lead 62-61. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Maxey and the Sixers come from right to left in their white uniforms against the blue, orange, and mostly black of the Knicks. Edgecombe on the left side arc, sets up George up top, a catch-and-shoot 3, back rim no. Offensive rebound fumbled out of bounds by Drummond left baseline, and the Knicks will take over down by 1. The offensive rebounding battle favoring Philly. 8-4 they lead it on a night without Joel Embiid, and the Knicks without Mitchell Robinson. Ball comes to Towns, far side mid-range, defended by Drummond. Hook pass underneath, Bridges catches and lays it in right-handed. just how they started their scoring night. Towns to Bridges, Knicks by 1.
Yeah, you were applauding Bridges for his first half performance, and rightfully so, picking up very fluidly where he's left off. 6 of 7 from the floor tonight.
Brunson with 16, Anunoby with 13, and Bridges right behind him with 12. Maxey out high, takes Hart to the right elbow, bounce pass far corner, Edgecombe closed out by Bridges, 4 to shoot, and then he pushed off on Bridges. They'll call the offensive foul, and a hot start to the third quarter for the Knicks wing. Mikal Bridges will lead the Knicks back down the court. They're up by 1. Edgecombe's second foul. Adembona has 3. Nobody else in real trouble for Philly. The Knicks have 3 from Towns and 4 from Huckporty. Ball comes to Towns again on the high side wing. This was his spot against Atlanta that he set up so much offensive success. This time he threw a one-hand pass underneath to Anunoby, but it was kicked out of bounds by Maxey. There were 2 Sixers waiting to pick that pass off, so a break for the Knicks. And 10 on the shot clock. It went more off his midsection, so no kick ball. Right in front of that Knick bench, Bridges. Near his fellow Villanova Wildcat, Kyle Lowry will find Brunson up top. Speaking of Villanova, right elbow Brunson, pull-up jumper, very short over VJ Edgecombe. Brunson wanted a foul. It is Maxey at the timeline. Marked as always by Bridges, but a screen from Drummond, double teamed by Townsend. Bridges, left corner, Edgecombe catching 2-3 over Brunson, got it. VJ Edgecombe 2 for 3 from the outside tonight, and the Sixers have a 2-point lead.
He's a young man that's unafraid of the big moments. When he shot the ball well in the Boston series, that mattered.
Bridges slashing right side, fadeaway jumper off glass won't go. It's his least aggressive shot attempt of the game, and it would not drop. Maxey on the other end from right to left. Drummond far side mid-range. Edgecombe again left corner. Doesn't take the shot this time. It's George instead left wing. Almost stripped clean by Hart, but he is called for a foul. It was out of bounds off the right thigh of George. It was clean hand to ball from Hart, but there must have been some body-to-body contact simultaneously, and Hart picks up his third foul. Inbound toward the top of the key is out of the reach of Maxey and all the way out of bounds, far sideline. Every time the Knicks have a thought of challenging a call, the Sixers either miss a free throw or turn it over like they do here.
That's what we call good old home cooking, sleeping in your own bed, your own fresh sheets on a Sunday morning with your favorite playlist and flush flowers, baby. That is the privilege of being home.
And the Sixers have not had any of those privileges you just rattled off for the last several days. Brunson right side perimeter, hands to Hart in the near corner, spins on Edgecombe in the lane, back up top to Towns, will take a straight on 3, and he knocks it down. First three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns. It gives the Knicks a 1-point lead.
When Karl Anthony Towns is on the floor, there is no doubt that he is an undeniable difference maker in terms of what is happening for the Knicks offensively. It's on him to be smart, to stay on the floor in this third quarter.
Oubre out high, crosses Brunson, right elbow, hop step in the lane, and a left-hand layup too strong, but tipped in by Andre Drummond. Second time he's done that tonight. Drummond with his second offensive rebound, Sixers by 1. Towns is now shooting an even 50% from 3 in the series. He finds Bridges right corner, missed a 3 short. Rebound George, Sixer ball up by 1, 9.5 to go in the third quarter. Towns is 12 of 24 from downtown. Far sideline Maxey. He's got Brunson on him. This is what the Sixers want. He'll drive right side at the block, and he banked in a layup around Brunson, who has not committed a foul yet, but able to let him go by. It's a 3-point Sixer lead. Brunson up top, kicks it right for Hart, watched by Maxey. Looking for some off-ball movement. Hart hesitates, passes right to Anunoby, 3 from the corner, front rim no, rebound Bridges, pulls up from the right side mid-range and drains a 9-footer to make it a 1-point game.
Second chance opportunities for the Knicks. They didn't have a bunch of points at the half, but if they can find some ease there, that will be a good and effective reprieve.
Paul George for 3, catch and shoot left wing right over the contest of Josh Hart. And Paul George has his first points at the half, 16 tonight and a 4-point lead. Towns out high, pump fakes, drives left side, took a hit, threw it up and in off glass. He had his body facing the far sideline, and somehow, while looking at the Sixer bench, threw the ball up and in straight on with his hips toward the baseline, and he has a chance at a 3-point play.
I mean, this is the enchantment of the Karl Anthony Towns experience. Please show me your demonstration of that move one more time. I wish everyone could see it.
Well, he's
Post
just,
this online.
How did he do that? He's looking one way, he's scoring the other way.
Listen, it's great touch around the rim. It's great balance. And this is why he is just so incredibly talented and why he has the power to be such a difference maker.
And why they need him to stay on the court. 15 points,
3 assists. He made the free throw. He has not missed a shot from the field. He's 5 out of 5, and he's made it a 1-point game. 72-71 Philadelphia. 8:15 to go in the third. George hops step in the paint, kicks it far corner. Oubre pump fake and a drive on Bridges right to the middle of the cup and a left-hand finger roll. Bridges upset with himself for an overeager closeout against a shooter who has made 2 today, but Oubre has struggled for most of the postseason. Philly by 3. 4 minutes gone by, third quarter. Brunson left elbow, bounce pass to Towns, catches, drives, got hit, threw it off the top of the backboard, and it got stuck between the backboard and the bottom of the shot clock. Free throws for Towns at the basket, 2 all right. He can make it a 1-point game.
You know, based on his last shot, I actually thought he was going to get that softly up on the glass and kiss it in.
Me too. Tyrese Maxey grabbing the mop and trying to poke it free, but he hands it to someone a foot taller than him. Andre Drummond, he couldn't get it loose either. He's getting booed. Now, he was born in Mount Vernon, so this is a local guy, Andre Drummond.
Hysterical.
Oh, he almost had it, but it popped off the top of the backboard several times. Karl Anthony Towns with 1 attempt, with 1 try. Towns breaks it free, and he'll get 2 free throws that he earned in more ways than 1.
That is hysterical.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Timothy Chalamet gives a standing ovation at the near sideline next to Ben Stiller. 7:54 remaining in this third quarter. We'll see how that dramatic delay affects Towns at the foul line. He's 4 of 5 tonight. And at the 7th Avenue basket, his first free throw is perfect. Adem Bona will come in. The backup center's got 3 fouls. Is Andre Drummond getting benched because he failed to get that ball free? No, he just picked up his 4th foul.
I think it could be a combination of both. Why not?
Nick Nurse disappointed in the utility man ability of Andre Drummond. But in terms of his on-court play, couldn't have asked for much more from him and Bona to keep the Sixers afloat without Joel Embiid. Second free throw for Towns. Rattled it in. 17 points for Towns. Team high and second for the game behind only Tyrese Maxey's 21. Philly 74, Knicks 73. 7 3/4 to go in the third. Maxey near sideline, scoop pass to the near corner for George. Up top, Edgecombe between the legs, dribble, not going anywhere with Hart sticking with him. Crossover to his left hand, now back to his right between the legs. Pull-up jumper for 2 is good. VJ Edgecombe, that's a tough playoff bucket for a 20-year-old rookie. Sixers by 3.
You know, I remember back to the draft this past year. And one thing you heard over and over from a number of NBA players was that VJ Edgecombe was ready for the NBA based on his experience with the Bahamian national team. And he's proven that this year in his rookie season.
Fearless. Towns on the left side, arc defended by Bona. 6 to shoot, 7-10 to play. Bona reached in, Towns took a shot, almost banked in a 3-pointer, but they will call that shot nullified because of a rip-through move by Towns. But Bona had his hand in the cookie jar, so that's his 4th foul. Now the Knicks do have an argument that Paul George was awarded a 3-point play after a rip-through move and a shot, but the similar call not awarded to the Knicks. I mean, that is a carbon copy of what George got. Now it's Towns far side baseline, posting up Bona, backing him down to the far side mid-post now. Spins baseline, right hand, bank shot is good for Karl Anthony Towns. He's taken over 19 points.
He's got 10 points in this third quarter alone. He's been so effective, and this is what you want to see. His aggressiveness, similar to what we saw in Atlanta.
Sixers by 1. George near corner, defended by the smaller Brunson. Step back 3 is good. George is scorching hot. 5 of 10 from 3.
That is unreal.
4-point lead for Philly. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Towns topside, holds the ball high on Bona. Dishes underneath to a wide open Mikal Bridges for a right-hand bank shot layup. 16 for Bridges. Towns has 4 dimes. Sixers by 2 now.
Remember, he averaged almost 7 assists in that Hawks series. That version of the offense that we saw in Atlanta really has been revelatory in this postseason.
Maxey double-teamed at midcourt, jumped in the air for a bad pass. It was stolen by Anunoby. Then he got bumped from behind, and a foul is called on the Sixers to bring us to a timeout. The Knicks have ramped up the defensive intensity after the Sixers shot about 60% in the first half. Foul on Paul George. That will be his 3rd. And with 6:16 to go in the third quarter, it is a 2-point Philly lead, 79-77. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. It'll be Knicks ball when we come back, and the Sixers have no more fouls to give for the rest of the quarter, which is not yet halfway over. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Karl Anthony Towns has scored or assisted on 14 of the Knicks' 16 points in this third quarter. They are down by 2, Sixers 79, Knicks 77, with 6:16 remaining in the third quarter. Towns has 19, 16 apiece for Brunson and Bridges. Anunoby's got 13, and Josh Hart's doing just about everything except scoring. He's got 2. As once again, the crowd pop for Timothy Chalamet will lead to the towel turn-up, according to the video board here at the Mecca.
I love your enunciation on that.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to make that sound cool. With Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. This is going to be a grind-out kind of game. It always felt that way early when the Knicks' three-point shots weren't falling. They missed 5 of their first 6, and there's still just 4 of 15 in the game, but they are finding ways to hang around against a Sixer team that's only playing 7 guys. The Knicks have fully used their depth with 6 different players off the bench, including 1 minute from Jeremy Sohan.
Basketball is a game of runs. And so as VJ Edgecombe has gone to the bench now for the Sixers, the Knicks still with their starting lineup out here. We'll see if they can go on a little run here.
Quentin Grimes comes in for Edgecombe. Brunson, far side baseline drive. Reverse layup is good around Oubre and Bona. He ties the game at 79. Halfway through the third quarter now. Brunson with 18. Bona passes left wing for George. Can Anunoby cool him off? Step back left wing, 3 in the air. Not this time, a brick from George. Anunoby was leaking out toward the right side in the front court, but Bridges will take it slowly across the timeline. Towns up top, looking around, holds the ball with his left hand. Bona with his hand in his face. Now a right hand grab for Towns. Jab step left, dribble drive right. In the paint, kick out, right corner, pump fake from Hart. He got caught midair, finds Brunson top of the key with 3 to shoot. Right wing, step back 3 over George. In and out. Halfway down for Brunson.
Are you kidding me? Not at home. That's not supposed to happen.
5:15 left in the third.
Brunson mismatched on Paul George here.
They get it to him left corner, double team with the help of Anunoby. And George shouldered Brunson out of the way, finds Grimes underneath. Up top to wide open Oubre. Missed a 3 wide right. Rebound Hart. Scampering ahead from left to right. Grimes on his hip. Hart took a spill. Keeps his dribble. Passes to Towns up top. Pump fake. Attacks the rim. And an extra step underneath. Or no, a foul is called on Adem Bona. They say Towns held that last foot before going to the rim. So an awkward-looking deceleration move leads to a foul on Bona. That is his 5th. And free throws the rest of the quarter now for the Knicks. Tie game at 79-79 with 4:53 to go in the third.
So we were talking a little bit in the break with our terrific producer, Ray Santiago, Tyler, and I. And Ray and I were under the impression that the Knicks seemed like they were poised to take a lead by the end of this third quarter. And Tyler said, nope.
I did not say that.
You did say nope. And then he explained why he said nope. He said there's one thing that matters, and it is this guy that is shooting a free throw and just missed it, being the one thing that matters. And that would be Karl Anthony Towns, who has been fantastic in this ball game so far. And frankly, especially with all their guys in foul trouble, the Sixers have just not had a match for him.
I wonder if this might be part of the solution. They bring in Dominic Barlow for the first time. Not a factor in round one. Scored 7 points in garbage time here in game one. Hackensack, New Jersey product, 6'9", 224. A two-way contract converted into a standard deal. He's kind of those prototypical long, strong wings that can slow down Towns. He does get the free throw, makes it 80-79. And to clarify exactly what I said during the break, I said...
Oh, I didn't do a good enough job?
No, you did a great job. I didn't want to come off as a doubter. I think if Towns can stay on the court...
No, okay, I apologize. You were not a doubter.
The Knicks should absolutely continue this impressive run. But that's been a question mark. Maxey near midcourt, slip past to Barlow, looks around at the foul line, dishes to a cutting Oubre, met at the rim by Hart or Towns. Is it Hart? Yes, I think it is. No, it's Towns. Yep, Karl Anthony Towns right on cue, picks up his fourth foul. With 4:31 to go in the third, Oubre will get 2 free throws. He can tie or give his team the lead.
So now we begin to have the conversation of the battle of the backups. Which backup unit and center?
Oubre, he was not in control of that ball when he came up with his left hand. But Oubre's got the ball ready for the free throws. We have not seen a typical playoff whistle as Oubre sinks the foul shot, and that is to say they are not letting them play as often as usual. It's not been a no blood, no foul kind of game as Towns has to check out and Landry Shamet is coming in, so we won't even see the backup center conversation. It's going to be Anunoby at the 5.
Towns is pretty upset about this substitution.
4:31 to go in the third as Oubre sinks the free throw. And you wonder, we have seen Towns play for, let's say, the first 8 to 10 minutes of a quarter, sit out, and then come back to start the fourth. Maybe that's the plan anyway, or they're close enough to that time of the game. But Oubre gives Philadelphia a 1-point lead. Anunoby at the foul line. One dribble, and he's wrapped up by Grimes as he was about to take off for a jam. And that'll send Anunoby to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Look, there's a lot of game left to be played. I'm okay with this. You could hear Karl Anthony Towns over the mic saying, Mike, no, when he went to sub him. But there's 4 minutes to go in this third quarter and a whole fourth quarter, and it's a one-possession ball game. Like, you got to be smart. The propensity to pick up fouls says that you would go into the fourth quarter with 5 at this rate, which is not what the Knicks need.
Anunoby able to connect on the first free throw, so it's 81-81. 14 points for Anunoby. That was his first free throw. At the foul line, do all right. Anunoby bends the knees, flicks the wrist, and gets 2. 82-81 Knicks. 4:20 left in the third. They've got 4 starters out there with Shamet instead of Towns. Grimes on the left side, takes it all the way down to the block, dribbles underneath the hoops, sends it to the right wing for Edgecombe. Back to midcourt for Maxey, marked by Bridges right wing. 6 to shoot between the legs. Over to the right hand now. Stopped on the left side drive and poked away from behind by Anunoby. Bridges on the point of attack and Anunoby on help. Great defense by Wingstop. Brunson, Barlow's on him. Mismatch favoring New York. Taking his time at midcourt. Crossover, top of the key. Left elbow now. Spins out of a double team. Shamet right wing. Inside to Hart. And he traveled for whatever reason. When the ball's coming to Hart's hands, hesitation follows tonight. It is Sixers ball with New York up by 1.
Just got ahead of himself. Got to catch it cleanly and then make a decision. He's trying to go fast to beat the defender, which I understand, but his body is moving faster than his mind. And to your point, it continues to be a turnover.
Sixers ball from right to left. Hart's 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown. Offensive foul. Barlow ran over Brunson, and the Knicks will take over after the 15th Sixer giveaway. They entered tonight with the fewest turnovers per game in the playoffs, just 12 per contest, but that has not been the case here.
I know one thing. Jalen Brunson keeps hitting the ground, and it's going to take a toll.
This is an every other game scheduled series for the Eastern Conference semifinals. with the exception of 2 days off if Game 7 is necessary. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Brunson left wing on Barlow. Snatch back dribble. Finds Anunoby on the right wing. He'll attack the paint. Hop step underneath. Tough right block. Layup is good. Extending his hands over Paul George to bank it through. And the Knicks have once again matched their largest lead. They're up by 3.
I just love the pace that OG Anunoby continues to play with. Rarely sped up. I thought in the first quarter he was sped up a little bit, but now in the second half he's settled back in.
Grimes left corner, catch and drive baseline, met underneath by Hart. Ball came free right into the hands of Barlow for a jam. Stonewall defense underneath by Hart. Ball poked free from Grimes on vertical defense, but somehow right to Barlow, who is waiting in the restricted area. Knicks ball up by 1, 2:40 to go, third quarter. Brunson top of the key, speeds left hand layup around Barlow, misses the rim, clean off glass. It's George the other way. Grimes on the right side wing. Trying to get to the lane on Shamet. Reach in, poke away by Hart, but back to midcourt, collected by Grimes. 12 to shoot for Tyrese Maxey. Top side on Brunson. Left wing, sidestep. Into the near corner for Barlow. Hands back to Maxey. Dropped it in the corner, got it back. Now Barlow, left side mid-range, swinging around with 2 to shoot for VJ Edgecombe, and he drills a 3 in front of the Knicks bench to give the Sixers a 2-point lead.
That's one that's just frustrating because your defense is on top of it. 2 seconds to go. The rookie comes in the clutch and knocks down a 3.
Edgecombe 3 of 4 from downtown. He's got 17 points. Final 2 minutes before the fourth quarter. Knicks ball down by 2. Brunson and Barlow doing battle again. Brunson to the foul line. Now to the cut. Pump fake. No bite. Kick out Anunoby right wing. Couldn't drive on George, but on the spin move, he got hip checked by George. And after the media timeout, a foul is called, and that will send Anunoby to the free throw line unless Nick Nurse wants to challenge in the meantime. It is the 4th foul on Paul George if it stands, and I'm not sure how you could overturn that. Sixers 86, Knicks 84. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jaylen Brunson.
Jaylen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal. And you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. The Sixers have led by as many as 7. The Knicks' largest lead is 3. Right now, Philly's up by 2 with 1:49 to go in this third quarter of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Knicks in search of a 2-0 lead in round 2. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
1:49 remaining in the third quarter. The Sixers still have a 2-point lead, 86-84. No Embiid for Philly, no Robinson for New York, and the rebounding battle has heavily favored the Sixers. 28-19 overall, 9-5 in offensive rebounding, and a lot of that is because Karl Anthony Towns has only been able to play 16 minutes because he's got 4 fouls. And even in 16 minutes, he has 20 points on no missed shots with 5 assists. Going back to the conversation we had earlier, Monica, if Towns is on the floor, the Knicks are easily the better team. Even without Towns on the floor, they should have the talent advantage, but things are going their way when they have 32 available. As OG Anunoby will get 2 free throws at the basket to our right, and he hits a 3rd consecutive foul shot that is rattled around the rim and dropped in.
To that end, though, it makes all that much more sense for Mike Brown to go ahead and take the gamble to deal with the last 4 minutes of the third quarter without Towns in hopes that you would have him ready to rock and roll for the duration of the fourth.
Bit of a cleaner make that time from Anunoby. He's tied the game at 86. 4 out of 4 from the stripe. 19 points for OG. Towns has 20. Maxi's got 21. Sixer ball from right to left. Phillies in white, Knicks in black. Anunoby reaches in to steal a slip pass from Edgecombe. It's Bridges' right wing. Finds Brunson right corner. He'll take a 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Anunoby. Back to the left wing for McBride. Pump fake. Sidestep. 3-pointer. Short. Rebound. Anunoby again. Now it's Brunson, top of the key, settling things down. Screen from Anunoby. Left wing. Finds OG right wing. He'll catch and shoot a 3. And he knocks it down. 3rd time's a charm. And Anunoby with 2 offensive rebounds on that possession ends the trip with a triple.
Man, OG Anunoby is unreal in this postseason. He's knocked down 2 threes tonight. He's got 22 points, 8 of 13 from the field.
Baseline drive, Grimes double teamed in the air. He dumps it off to Barlow, who catches and slams. Josh Hart comes away, grabbing his left thigh.
I think it was his hand. He just stuck his hand between his legs, but it was his left hand that's bothering him.
The Anunoby 3 made it a 3-point lead. The Barlow dunk makes it a 1-point lead. Knicks ball up 1, 89-80. McBride knifing to the foul line. Stopped by Barlow, looking around. Baseline cutter, Bridges catches, shoots and missed the reverse layup. Maxey was right behind him. Grimes on the high side wing. Front court left. He will take McBride to the foul line. McBride fell down hard, and then Anunoby fouled Grimes on a layup. Shot wouldn't go, so 2 free throws for Grimes. Anunoby with just his 2nd foul, and now the concern goes to McBride, who had his feet give out from underneath him.
Oh, God.
I think he avoided the whiplash and the back of the headbang on the hard court, but certainly a scary fall. 89-88, Knicks by 1 with 30.2 to go in this third quarter. That 3-pointer from Anunoby off of his 2 offensive rebounds that has flipped the second chance point battle in the Knicks' favor, 9-8 favoring New York. Now, Hart is over by the far sideline. Looks like he's getting that left hand checked out. Anthony Goenaga, the head trainer. We will have a timeout with half a minute to go in the third quarter. First free throw was good for Grimes, so it's 89-89. Landry Shamet has just checked into the game for Josh Hart. Josh Hart is heading back down the tunnel. Get to the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. San Antonio and Minnesota are about to begin game 2, and that becomes a must-win game, you figure, for the Spurs after they dropped game 1 to a returning Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves on a would-be game-winning 3 from Julian Champagnie that missed. So a surprising 1-0 lead for the Timberwolves. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. We have had over 20 lead changes in this game. The Knicks hope they'll have Josh Hart available for what's sure to be a back-and-forth fourth quarter. But for now, he's out of the game with an apparent hand, wrist, or finger issue. It is Brunson, McBride, Shamet, Bridges, and Anunoby for the final 30 seconds of this third quarter, with a game tied at 89. Of course, Hart, the king of the little things. He's only scored 2 points in this game, but he's got 2 steals, 5 assists, 5 rebounds.
Man, I'm impressed with Philly and their grit in this one, considering how shorthanded they are. But it also feels like it's time for the Knicks to downshift.
Second free throw good from Grimes. And it's a 1-76er lead as we hit the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. 13 to shoot for Brunson. He'll kill some of that clock at midcourt, pressured by Edgecombe. Anunoby comes out to the timeline for a screen. Double team on Brunson, far sideline. Skips a pass right wing for McBride. Got it back from Shaman from the corner, and then he traveled. Only 2 on the shot clock anyway, and Maxey was right in his face, so it was going to be a low percentage shot anyway. But the Knicks turn it over for the 8th time. They are doubling up the Sixers in the turnover battle. They've taken it away from Philly 16 times, but still down by 1. And Jeremy Sohan will come in just before the inbound for this final defensive stand. And what feels like a sizably important moment. Can you keep it a 1-point deficit like you did at halftime? Or will Philly score and get some momentum heading into the fourth? In the backcourt, Maxey, he'll bring it across the timeline with 5. Screen from Oubre, drives on Sohan with 2. Elbow floater, short, and a rebound from Bridges at the horn. His heave will not count, almost banked it in. But the Knicks do indeed get the stop to end the third quarter. And despite shooting 5 of 19 from 3, that's 26%, and the Sixers 12 of 24 from 3, that's 50, the Knicks are only down by 1. And they'll hope to have Karl Anthony Towns available with 4 fouls for most of that fourth quarter coming up next.
The other thing that is a little bothersome, and we'll see if this changes in the fourth, the Knicks are actually being out-rebounded in this contest, 29-22. Not a huge number, but I think a notable enough number on a night where they've struggled from behind the three-point line. But paints in the point continue to be where they are finding their bread and butter. 52 total paint points. And Tyler, to your point, this fourth quarter, Karl Anthony Towns with 2 fouls, but his presence is vital to create some real distance and challenge this Sixers defense.
1-point game, fourth quarter. Coming up next, it's game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals with the Knicks in search of a 2-0 lead against their Atlantic Division rival, Philadelphia 76ers. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the ESPN or MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance. If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Josh Hart is back on the sideline after going to the locker room with an apparent hand injury. He's still grabbing it a little bit. It's his right hand. But not only is he back in the Garden. He is back on the court. So with Jose Alvarado, Deuce McBride, Mikal Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns in his 4 fouls, Josh Hart is back on the court. Knicks ball from left to right. 4th quarter underway in game 2. They trail by 1. Alvarado on the right wing, trying to post up Towns on the near wing, but it's picked off from behind by George. He will hand to Maxey. Back to George, top of the key. Towns stays with him, but giving him a little bit too much room. Crossover, right elbow, step back, no shot yet. Still dribbling. Now he takes a step back long, 2. That one short, rebound Bridges, and a very rare jump shot miss for Paul George tonight. He's got 19 points. They're trying to deny that pass to Towns. It initiates the offense on the left wing. Now they get it to him. Defended by George. Hook pass underneath to McBride. Caught it in traffic. Brings it back out to the far corner. Marked by Grimes. Off the dribble. Far corner 3. In and out. And George secures the rebound.
So here's my only cautionary tale on looking for the Towns hub situation. Don't get too cute with the passing. If it's not there, don't force it, because that's a turnover, and that will give life to this team that is really fighting for their life in terms of the Sixers.
Edgecombe, free throw line. Bounce pass to a cutting Barlow, and a left-hand layup around McBride gives the Sixers a 3-point lead. Towns up top. George there to meet him. No room for a shot. Dribbles to the right side wing. Passes to Hart. He got pushed from behind by Maxey. Ball came free. No call. And then it's kicked out of bounds by Alvarado.
I have so many questions why there was no whistle just now.
The Knicks have had 3 possessions, 2 turnovers, and an off-the-dribble 3 from Deuce McBride with Quentin Grimes' hand in his face. Josh Hart has 1 technical foul already, but understandably he's arguing that last no call. Would have been the first on Tyrese Maxey. Inbound to George, near corner. Gets it to Grimes up top, defended by McBride. Maxey around a screen, catches near midcourt. Bridges there with him. Screen on the right from Barlow. Edgecombe far wing, inside to Barlow. Swinging around George, left corner. His 3-pointer is wide left. Rebound, Edgecombe. Rising over Alvarado for the offensive board. 10 on the shot clock for Maxey. At the MSG Chase logo on the right wing. Crossover Alvarado. Far side corner, pull-up jumper, no. Rebound Towns. Looking for a quick outlet to midcourt. Almost overshot Alvarado. He led him too far, though. It's off his hands, and the Knicks have turned it over for the 3rd time in 2 minutes to begin the 4th quarter.
It's not the start that you wanted if you're the New York Knicks.
George in the paint, double team, kicks it far corner. Maxey a 3. That's off the back rim. And a couple of misses here from Philly, bailing out the Knicks. They have had a nightmare start to the 4th. Towns up top. McBride left wing, 3-pointer, tie game. Knicks needed that one in a bad way. It's 92-92. Brunson and Anunoby about to check in. We'll see if they stick with that plan after finally seeing one go through.
It's McBride's first 3 of the night out of 3 attempts to get one to go.
First points of the night in 13 minutes. George near corner, closed out by Hart, creating some space with a right-hand dribble. Near elbow now, backing him down. Right-hand dribble, half spin, fadeaway jumper, too strong, and Towns secures rebound number 4. Alvarado sprinting ahead. Tie game, 92-92. Good transition defense from Philadelphia. Alvarado passes left for Bridges, far sideline, and then a foul on Grimes underneath, fighting for position with Towns. Bridges, after the whistle, made a long 3-pointer. But the first foul of the quarter is called against the Sixers as Anunoby is about to check in. Brunson will come in also. So a quick adjustment made by Mike Brown after the offense was sputtering quite a bit, aside from the McBride 3 in the first 3 minutes of this 4th quarter.
But part of the sputter is exactly the sound that you hear a sputter make, right? Like starts and stops, if you will. Just for, those of us that are kinesthetic learners like myself. Just go, Karl Anthony Towns.
He's posting up. George in the lane, turns the corner, missed the dunk off the front rim, got his own rebound, far side baseline. 10 to shoot, spins baseline again, then poked out of bounds by George. Towns overpowered Paul George. He knocked him underneath the basket, but then when he turned for a wide open dunk, he pinged it off the front iron. Inbound to Anunoby, far corner 3-pointer, too strong. Rebound was tipped off the backboard by McBride, but then secured by Barlow.
That last basket was Karl Anthony Towns' first miss of this ballgame.
On his easiest shot of the night. Far side baseline pull-up for 2. Maxey rattled it in. He's got 23 points. If this game is anywhere close late, it'll be the Brunson-Maxey battle, and Maxey has won a few of them over the years in the playoffs against the Knicks. Brunson looking to respond from the dotted line. A floater is good over Edgecombe. It took him all the way to the middle of the paint, coast to coast, to tie the game at 94.
20 points now for Jaylen Brunson, but a pretty efficient start still in this series. 7 of 18 overall from the floor tonight. He's also got 6 assists.
He might wind up having to play over 40 minutes tonight, Jaylen Brunson. Grimes, left side, baseline drive, double team underneath by Towns and Hart. Pass to a cutting edge, come in the lane, right-hand layup, misses over the contest of Towns. It's Hart now from left to right, into the front court. Anunoby up top, catches, 2 steps toward the lane. Right-hand layup is good around Barlow, and the Knicks have a 2-point lead 4 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Quietly, steadily, every time there's a big moment and a bucket, OG Anunoby has been part of the response and the run.
And a timeout from Nick Nurse. The Knicks had a very sloppy start to the fourth quarter. They brought in Anunoby and Brunson, and it cleaned things up right away. 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 96-94 New York lead. This timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with autopay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Knicks 96, 76ers 94. The largest lead for the Knicks in this game is 3. They won game 1 by 39. It's a much different feel to game 2, not just because of the score, but because of the absence of Mitchell Robinson out with an illness and Joel Embiid out with hip soreness and an ankle sprain. He went from probable when the day began to out several hours before the game. And there is a not insignificant portion of fan bases, media members, even us, Monica, who have theorized, are the Sixers better in certain matchups without Joel Embiid? I don't know if they can win the series without their best player, but they've certainly shown the ability to compete without him, having led for the majority of this game.
Well, pardon me if I sneeze as I'm going to explain this, but I think it's just two contrasting styles with which the Celtics can play when they don't have Embiid. Now, when they do have Embiid, and mind you, everybody points to the points, but he also had, I believe, 6 assists in that closeout game versus the Boston Celtics. If he and Maxey can figure out what it looks like to play together, now that is a lethal duo.
Maxey has played all but 1 minute in this game. Barlow, near side angle, finds Edgecombe top of the key, passes right to the far corner for George. Step back two-pointer over Anunoby. That's off the heel. George has gone a little bit cold here in the second half after 11 of the first 13 points of the game were scored by the veteran.
6 rebounds now for Josh Hart as he cleared after that miss, and the Knicks have a chance to add to their possession.
George took it away from Cat on the right wing. Oubre on the break, and he's fouled on a layup attempt that he missed off the bottom of the rim by Anunoby. And this is the obvious counter to the offensive hub of Karl Anthony Towns. He is being denied the ball on the entry pass by Paul George, and they've turned the ball over 2, maybe 3 times in this fourth quarter, just trying to get the ball to Towns.
I would like to see the Knicks still go to some of that pick and roll action, right? Whoever is guarding Jaylen Brunson, I think that last possession down, it might have been Oubre, but it's a combination of Oubre and Edgecombe. Just put Karl Anthony Towns in the pick and roll and see what happens. If the Knicks are, if the Sixers are willing to go ahead and switch that, fine, but you should have a beat to be able to make the pass, and then you can go and screen away, which has been really effective.
Oubre got both free throws. No rim required on either of them to tie the game at 96. 7:17 to go in the fourth quarter of Game 2. It's been Edgecombe picking up Brunson across midcourt. Sometimes they set screens and it winds up being Oubre. This time it's Towns and Brunson pick and roll. Left side Brunson speeds to the rim. Kick out right corner. Anunoby takes a 3. It's blocked by Barlow. And the loose ball winds up with Edgecombe.
Wow, what a great extension on the part of Barlow on that closeout.
Maxey somehow has enough in the tank to speed inside, kicks it far corner. Oubre buries a 3 in front of the Knicks bench. He's got a personal 5-0 run and a 3-point Sixers lead.
Kelly Oubre is you can never say exactly what you're going to get from him. He's a real X factor.
3 3-pointers on 5 attempts, all from the corners tonight.
He's only shooting about 36% on this calendar season. Versus the Knicks, he's shot 1 of 9 versus 3 during the regular season.
Anunoby, right side mid-range, dribble to the elbow, hop step in the lane, kick it to Hart, far corner 3. It's good! Josh Hart needed that one, and he's tied the game at 99 with 6:20 remaining.
It's not really been a big-time scoring night from Josh Hart, but that one was as timely as any other basket in this game.
George, left corner, defended by Hart. He'll start his dribble with the right hand, cross over to the left, now back to the right. Foul line, leans in center of the paint. Kick it, right corner, 3 for Edgecombe. Off the back rim, rebound for Towns. That's number 7. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 99 all. Brunson, top of the key, steps right, up top for Towns, left point. He'll take it to the left elbow on Oubre, rises with the right hand, couldn't bank in, an awkward-looking shot. And now it's Maxey scampering across midcourt, slowed momentarily by McBride. Now a crossover, baseline drive. Spins back toward the near corner. Looking to post him up now. Reaching from McBride, poked it loose for a moment. Maxey got it back. Facing him up now on the left wing beyond the three-point line. Oubre catch and shoot, top of the key 3. That one misses wide right. Hart let the rebound go to Anunoby. Almost stolen by Edgecombe, but the Knicks have it. 5:20 left. Brunson just across center court. Screen on the left from Anunoby. Sets him up against Barlow. Brunson takes Barlow left wing. Left hand dribble, crossover to the right, left elbow, pull-up jumper for 2. Got it. 101-99. Jaylen Brunson's got 22 points with 5 minutes to go. We have reached crunch time in a Knicks playoff game for the first time since Game 3 of Round 1. Oubre left point, looking around, bounce pass to Barlow underneath, spins baseline on Anunoby, caught under the hoop, he finds Edgecombe wide open for a left corner 3, missed it short. Rebound Towns.
All right, so here's where the Knicks need to demonstrate the veteran poise that we've talked about so much that has allowed them to have these big victories in the last 4 games in a different way.
Brunson, right wing, Barlow's on him, couple of crossovers. Right elbow again, step back, 2-pointer. Very short rebound, pinballed around, and it comes to Oubre. Brunson, 8 of 20 tonight. Maxey slashing to the cup, in the air, right hand layup, wouldn't go, rebound, batted back toward midcourt. George has it for Philly. Maxey's alone, far corner 3, wouldn't go, off the back rim, rebound fumbled, but recovered by Towns.
Now this is looking a little crazy.
Final 4 minutes. Mike Brown read your mind. He calls timeout. 4 minutes and 1 second to go. It's felt like the last 5 possessions have been in the final seconds of the game. With the elevated intensity in this building, the Knicks will have the ball when we come back with a 101-99 lead, looking for a 2-0 series lead.
Here's the thing that you live for. Playoff basketball where you're at home, the crowd is on your side. The Knicks have every reason to get out of here with a victory, but it is going to require that they are poised down the stretch. They've got to be relentless on the glass, they've got to take good shots, and they've got to play sound defense. They have the better roster and should have the fresher roster. As we continue to say, Philly has begrudgingly gone 8 deep tonight, but really they wanted to stay with that 7.
If you're looking for New York Mets baseball, you can find it over on AM 1050 as they're underway in Colorado. Here at the Mecca, it's a 101-99 Knicks lead over the Sixers with 4:01 to go in the fourth quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandras stayed at the counter. At Calandras Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandras bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandras Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Knicks lead the Sixers by 2. They'll have the ball with 4:01 to go in the fourth quarter of Game 2. Time now for Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. The Knicks have dominated inside. They're shooting just 7 of 24 from downtown, so they have scored 56 points in the paint and allowed just 28. The Sixers at one point were 12 of 24 from three-point land. They have missed 6 of their last 7. Knicks by 1. That's Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay on unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you might experience slower speeds. Brunson, top of the key, crossover on Barlow. They got the matchup again to the foul line. Spins, fadeaway jumper. He buried it! Jaylen Brunson with 2 clutch jumpers. And the Knicks on a 7-0 run have their largest lead, up by 4.
I apologize to you, Dominic Barlow, but you are in the Jaylen Brunson cookbook. He is going after that young man on every possession, and he is unable to contain number 11.
Now can they get a stop? 3.5 to go. 103-99 New York. Edgecombe at the Knick logo. Crosses Anunoby off the dribble, straight on 3. Short rebound, Hart.
Here's where, to me, the short rotation and the physicality that the Sixers tried to play with in the first half catches up to them. Do they have legs late?
And how about a Game 2 lesson, Monica?
Yes, we're always learning.
The Knicks used a timeout against Atlanta in Game 2 under 3 minutes, when automatically you're reduced to 2 timeouts. With 3:14 to go, the Knicks will have the use it or lose it timeout, a chance to talk things over, get some much-needed rest for their starters. Hart's played 40 minutes, Brunson's played 38, Anunoby's played 37. And that was part of the big controversy, why the Knicks, they only had 1 timeout remaining and none in the end in that disappointing 1-point loss to Atlanta. Of course, they responded better than anybody's responded in NBA playoff history to those 2 1-point losses to the Hawks. And now they're trying to respond to a spirited Sixers effort. Philly led by as many as 7. They've led the majority of the game, although we have had copious lead changes tonight. 25 of them to be exact, with 14 ties. And Still a lot of time left, but you love that coaching call there from Mike Brown to take the timeout. Knicks ball down by 4, 3:14 to go.
Excellent.
Yeah, all that to say, good timeout by the Knicks.
Yes, and I will be honest with you. I know you were saying very important words to set up this whole last 3:14, but I am entertained by the folks on the Jumbotron.
Oh, good.
Of all ethnic backgrounds and age ranges, dancing to good old mid-90s hip-hop. Nah, it's probably late 90s.
Who's singing it?
I don't know. No, just DMX.
Very good.
And who
Good
was my stop? Not that. The first song. Meet Me Outside. I don't know no artist,
That's
y'all.
also DMX.
There you go. Great. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Brunson at center court. Knicks ball up 4, 3:10 to go. Hart left wing, defended by Oubre. Ambush from behind by Barlow. Almost stripped it. Hart got it back underneath Anunoby. Couldn't jam it on George. He got the block. Loose ball to Towns, though. 4 to shoot Bridges. Foul line, step back, 20-footer. Got it! Mikal Bridges, a step back jumper over Oubre. And the Knicks on a 9-0 run have a 6-point lead.
Mikal Bridges typically is of impact early in ball games. That's just his first basket of the fourth quarter. But again, timing is everything.
Maxey splits 2 up top. Lost it underneath with Brunson defending. Hart will take it across midcourt, 2:35 to go. Picked up his dribble, looking for help. Still needs assistance. Hart will hang on. A timeout by the Knicks. Well, they had 2 because they used it before 3 minutes ran off the clock. So Hart and Towns having discussions as they walk back toward the bench. Knicks keep it. 2:31 to play. 15 on the shot clock. And because of 3 mid-range jumpers in a row, 2 from Brunson and 1 from Bridges, the Knicks have a 6-point lead and the ball.
Meanwhile, Tyrese Maxey has had 6 turnovers. That is an astonishing number.
I'll tell you why, Monica.
Tell me.
The entire 7-game series against Boston.
Yeah. Come on.
He had 9.
What's the award-winning thing that I could give you for our jobs? That's an award-winning stat right there.
A 46-9 turnover ratio from a ball-dominant point guard in the 7-game series against one of the top-ranked defenses in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. That's why Tyrese Maxey strikes fear into the heart of every Knicks fan in this series. And so far in the fourth quarter, especially in crunch time, the Knicks have done an amazing job getting a little bit of separation.
A little bit. Lowercase L. Little bit. But here's the thing, and this is what we talked about a little bit about halfway through the third quarter in the break. This game has a lot of war of attrition sort of characteristics to it, right? And the favor in that category is the Knicks because of their depth. I get it. This will be a career-altering or memorable moment for Dominic Barlow, but he don't belong on the floor right now in Game 2 of a playoff series. But with injuries and the absence of depth, that's what Nick Nurse and the Sixers have to work with. And I'm not saying guys don't come up with great stories in this moment, but if you were to scout all the available pieces, he would not crack the roster.
Deuce McBride comes into the game for OG Anunoby. Inbound to Hart, top of the key. 12 to shoot, 2.5 to play. Knicks ball from left to right, up by 6. Brunson at midcourt, double team by Barlow and Edgecombe. Had to give it away. Barlow on the ground with it. On his back now. Brunson reaches in and they'll call a timeout. Nick Nurse will have to use his penultimate timeout. 105-99. And after taking a timeout, the Knicks wound up exactly where they started before the timeout. Pressured by 2 Sixers at the center court logo. And this time they give it away.
So it's sort of a bit of a twist that I was just commenting on Dominic Barlow, and he was involved in that double team that ultimately forced the turnover. The Knicks have to do a better job of not leaving Jaylen Brunson on an island. VJ Edgecombe actually initiated sort of that kerfuffle on the part of the Knicks, if you will. He was playing great sound defense, got his hand on the basketball. Barlow just came with the double team. Whatever the play call is to inbound the ball safety, it needs to include release valves, which we know the Knicks can do. And it doesn't need to be overly complicated. It just needs to be simple and sound so that they can inbound the basketball and force the Sixers to defend or foul.
2:19 to go, and I'm wondering where OG Anunoby might be, Monica. He's played 37 minutes, 24 points. He's 1 steal shy of his playoff career high. But during that last timeout, he came out of the game. And you love Deuce McBride with his two-way ability, but you almost always see Anunoby on the floor in these spots. Trying to get a glimpse at the bench. It's on the opposite side from our location. And the first guy down I see is Landry Shamet, so hoping it's nothing major for OG Anunoby.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit odd considering the game that he's having. Now, the Sixers have fouls, or excuse me, the Knicks, both teams have a foul to give, or no?
Yep. We have not hit the final 2 minutes yet. 2:14 to go and ticking down. Sixer ball from right to left. 9-0 Knick run up by 6. Barlow dotted line. Forced to pass underneath. Out of bounds off of Oubre's foot. And Monica's on the money. Dominic Barlow, pressed into duty, is not meeting the moment right now. Final 2 minutes, fourth quarter. Knicks 105, Sixers 99. Brunson, far sideline, turns back to midcourt, double team, passes Towns left wing. Far corner, three-pointer, Deuce McBride, in and out. Rebound George. 1:49 to go. Sixers have life. It's Maxey, top of the key, and a reach-in foul from behind by Bridges before he can start his drive to the cup. Maxey wanted continuation. No, he wants a take foul, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, no such thing in this moment.
But now the Knicks do not have a foul to give. Under 2 minutes, 1:47 to go. That was a purposeful foul, though, from Bridges. Otherwise, Maxey had a clear lane to the rim. 6-point lead. Knicks looking for a stop. 100 seconds to go. Maxey up top. Bridges on him. Retreats to midcourt. Left side screen from Barlow. Drives on Towns. In the paint. Hangs in the air. Right hand layup too strong. But a whistle and a blocking foul. And I believe it's on Jaylen Brunson, who's trying to draw the charge.
On the Maxey attempt or on the putback?
We'll see who's shooting to find out who the call was on.
If it is in fact Tyrese Maxey, in the second half he has just 4 points. He's 2 of 7 from the field with 3 turnovers.
And he's played all but 1 minute in this game. That means with 90 seconds to go, his box score shows 45 minutes played. It's 45 and a half. 1:33 left. Maxey will get 2 free throws. It was indeed on the Maxey shot where Brunson tried to draw the charge, and Maxey sinks the first.
I'm not going to lie, since you called it out, I keep trying to find OG Anunoby.
I have to assume he's back in the locker room. 105-100. Knicks with the lead. Maxey misses the second free throw. He entered today having hit 31 in a row. He's missed 2 tonight. Knicks by 5, 1:25 remaining. Is the fatigue finally getting to the short-handed Sixers team? Brunson double teamed at midcourt, dribbles out of it to the near sideline, finds Bridges, pressured by Oubre, and he called a foul. He gets called for a foul as Bridges was losing his balance, almost fell out of bounds, and might be a bailout call in favor of the Knicks. And now the Sixers, with 1:17 to go in the game, do not have a foul to give.
Meanwhile, as far as that pressure break is concerned, I'm not going to follow a full press break. The Knicks are getting the ball in awful spots, dancing on the half-court line and on the baseline where you have additional offenders because you don't want to step out of bounds or go back court.
Brunson, near sideline inbound to Hart, right wing. 10 on the shot clock, 1:13 on the game clock. Defended by Edgecombe. He'll back up to midcourt. Brunson on the right side wants Barlow. Jab step right, dribble drive left in the lane. Lefty floater, no but a foul. Dominic Barlow says he didn't touch him, but it was an airball shot from Jaylen Brunson at his sweet spot just inside the free throw line. Must have been some kind of contact. And with 1:06 to go in the game, it'll be 2 free throws for Brunson and a 105-100 lead.
Fortunately, as the appropriate chants ran out,
Brunson gets the first free throw, 6 of 7 from the line. Team high 25 points, and that's now the game high. He was tied with Tyrese Maxey. They will get Quentin Grimes back into the game. And honestly, Monica, you've been so on top of this. Are you surprised it hasn't happened yet? Dominic Barlow is going to come out of the game. He's been unable to slow down Jaylen Brunson. He's not alone in that club. And now you've got, I guess, George and or Oubre playing center for the Sixers. 66 seconds remain, and Brunson will get another free throw. At the basket to our right, he drains it. 7-point game. Of course, that means it's a 3-possession deficit for the Sixers. Maxey in a hurry. Top of the key, front court left. Leans in, right hand layup is good around both Bridges and Towns. That was quick. A minute to go. 5-point game. Bridges across midcourt to the far sideline. Sends it near sideline for Towns. Killing some clock. 14 on the shot clock. 49 on the game clock. McBride, right elbow. Backs up beyond the three-point line. 8 to shoot, 45 to play. George on him. Knicks ball from left to right, up by 5. Hart left wing. Pump fake, step back. 3 off the dribble. Short. Rebound, batted around. Towns almost had it. Oubre got there first. Towns had to be careful. Loose ball foul would have sent him to the free throw line. Half a minute to go. Sixer ball down 5. George left wing 3. Air ball. Oubre able to save it. No, he's not. Stepped on the left baseline, and the Knicks will take over. 25 seconds to go, and a 5-point lead here in game 2.
Even though Josh Hart didn't get that final 3 attempt, or that last 3 attempt to go, good on the Knicks to avoid turning the ball over or putting themselves in a bad position with the rock.
At the baseline left in the backcourt, Hart will inbound. 25.1 on the game clock. Sixers have to think about fouling here, and now with the inbound struggles from Hart, Mike Brown will use his last timeout. It's 107-102 with 25 seconds to go. Knicks with the lead. They can taste a victory and a 2-0 series advantage. But we have seen some wild things in the playoffs when these two teams get together, particularly in Game 2 at Madison Square Garden. So this one's far from over.
I could not agree with you more, partner. And so, first of all, step 1 for the Knicks is to inbound the basketball cleanly. The Sixers may, I imagine they're going to play for a quick steal. If they don't get it, they got to start playing the foul game. There's just not enough time.
107-102. The Knicks trailed by 7 early. And right from the first quarter, with Paul George raining in threes, he had 11 of the Sixers' first 13 points. You knew this would be a much different game from the opener on Monday, with the Knicks won by 39. So they will not extend their record of being the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight games by 25-plus points. This one, if they can hang on, is going to be a whole lot tighter. But on the road to what they hope is a special season, you got to prove the ability to win in a lot of different ways. Timeout is over. 25 seconds to go. No timeouts left for the Knicks. The Sixers have won. And we do not have an update yet, I don't believe, on OG Anunoby, who has been out of the game for the past few minutes. Deuce McBride has played well in his stead. And in terms of ball handling in these pressure moments, you might as well have McBride out there either way. Into the front court because of the timeout. Off to our right, far sideline. Foul line extended inbound coming from Josh Hart. He's got Bridges and McBride in the backcourt. Towns in the front court at the far side. Foul line extended. And Brunson to the near sideline. All the way to the backcourt. The inbound from Hart. Bridges has a double team. Midcourt pass to McBride. Now he's wrapped up by Maxey. And Deuce McBride, a 79% free throw shooter during the regular season, will get to the free throw line as Landry Shamet checks into the game. 22.1 seconds remaining after the 3 longest seconds of the season ticked off the clock.
A dangerous cross-court pass, if you will, but the Knicks are fortunate to hold on to it.
First foul shot of the playoffs for McBride is good.
Not to mention, he's only got 1 bucket in tonight's contest.
Landry Shamet coming into the game for defense. Karl Anthony Towns is out. Of course, the Sixers need a 3, so no need for a center, as Towns gets a warm ovation from the Garden crowd. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Second free throw for McBride. Back rim, still a 2-possession game, 22 seconds left. 108-102, Knicks by 6. Maxey right wing, Brunson's on him, step back, far corner 3, short. Rebound Brunson, shot clock is off, he'll race to the front court. Maxey's got him hip to hip. Far corner, Brunson spins away from pressure at the foul line. Now he retreats to midcourt, and the Sixers will not foul. The Knicks took Philly's strongest punch here in Game 2, but Jaylen Brunson, one of the best clutch players in NBA history, he had more in the tank down the stretch. And with a 108-102 victory, the Knicks have taken Game 2 and a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
It was a complete team effort tonight, but that fourth quarter was truly a differentiating window of time. You look at Karl Anthony Towns with 9 boards in the fourth. That was huge. 8 points from Jaylen Brunson in the fourth. That was also huge as the Knicks get out of this one with a very, very close win. Now time for sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. It has to be when the Knicks finally took a lead in this one, a two-possession lead, I should say, on Jaylen Brunson's basket in the paint. Captain Clutch showing why he won such an award yet again. That was your sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
The shorthanded Sixers, yes, for most of the night they played better, especially on defense without Joel Embiid. But in foul trouble and heavy fatigue, they had to bring in Dominic Barlow, and Jaylen Brunson, well, he took him to school for 2 clutch and eventually game-sealing buckets down the stretch. Mikal Bridges also had a late dagger, and when the Knicks went up by 7, it was too much to overcome. A heart-stopping win for the first time in a long time, but it counts all the same, and a 2-0 series lead for the Knicks in the Eastern Conference semifinals. When we come back, Pat O'Keefe will help us break this thing down and wrap this thing up. It is a 108-102 New York win. They've now won 5 consecutive playoff games. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Knicks fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more